Guerrilla cricket. Whoa. Guerrilla cricket. Whoa. Guerrilla Take guard, man the barricades, patrol the cover boundary. At last the time is come, this is a cricketing emergency. Hear this call to arms for every cricket revolutionary. Take up your bats and stumps for the test match insurgency. At first they tried to silence us, but we would not be silenced. They threatened us with lies, so we threatened them with violence. Che Guevara, Sangakkara, Joseph Stalin, Douglas Jardine, Robespierre, Darrell Hare, Vladimir Lenin, O'Brien Kevin, guerrilla cricket. It's not about the winning, it's about how many rules you break. Even in cricket commentary, this is the best advice to take. Pick guerrilla cricket, it's the finest choice you'll ever make. There's so much more to cricket than rev counters and a slice of cake. At first they tried to sanitize us and clean up our act, but people like it filthy, and we know that for a fact. Fidel Castro, Lenny Pascoe, Carlos the Jackal, Umar Akmal, Mahatma Gandhi, Grant and Andy, Brendan Behan, Austin Ian, guerrilla cricket. Stick with us, cause you know we're not the kind of thing that you see on the TV and the radio. So vive la revolution. First they tried to buy us, but we would not be bought. Okay, we were, but then we ran away, and we will not be caught. Would not give up the ghost when they left us all for dead. They decapitated us, but we just grew another head. Chairman Mao, Jamie Howe, Ho Chi Minh, Asif Din, Václav Havel, Graham Saville, No Surrender, Percy Fender, Che Guevara, Sangakkara, Joseph Stalin, Douglas Jardine, Robespierre, Darrell Hare, Vladimir Lenin, O'Brien Kevin, guerrilla cricket.
Good morning, good evening, good dawn, good dusk, wherever you are in the world. It's guerrilla cricket. Wahey! And we're in a crucial, I may say, must-win game for New Zealand and Sri Lanka, really. As New Zealand take on Sri Lanka in the group of 8, Super 8 nonsense, whatever it is. 3 games each. England have won 2 there in the semi-finals. Close game yesterday. One ended up being close, but England were pretty much there and home and hosed when Harry Brook got his ton. But because of the washout between Pakistan and New Zealand, it throws all sorts of possibilities up for second place. New Zealand could theoretically still lose today, win against England. Pakistan beat Sri Lanka, and it goes down to a run rate. Sri Lanka need to win today, and they need to win 2 games, then they're definitely through, and Sri Lanka and Pakistan are out. So all to play for. Good stuff. I'm joined by Nick Brook on my left. How are you, mate?
Very well.
Very well. And Will, he's on Messi, because Messi, unfortunately, of course, he went camping. Funnily enough, now he's ill. What does that tell you when you're in your, 60s, 70s? I don't know how old Messi is.
Go into nature.
Well, exactly.
Don't trust the wildlife. It's going to kill you.
Especially when you're bloody Australia. Exactly. Everything kills you in Australia, for crying out loud, you know. Anyway.
Exactly.
Sri Lanka won a toss. They decided to field. So I don't know what changes there were, but I'll give you the team. I know there's one change for New Zealand. They brought in Cole McConchie for Jimmy Neesham. I think it's Jimmy Neesham that's gone out. Anyway, they go Finn Allen, Tim Seifert, Rachin Ravindra, Glenn Phillips, Mark Chapman, Daryl Mitchell, Mitchell Santner, Cole McConchie, Matt Henry, Ish Sodhi and Lockie Ferguson. I think Sri Lanka are unchanged, or may have made one change.
Asalanka in there.
Asalanka's in. Kusal Mendes has gone up to open. They got rid of Matar. Is it Matar?
Kusal Pereira was in and then he was out.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, I think he was in for the last game. Or was Kamil Mishara back? No, you're right.
No, Mishara's out.
Mishara was
Kusal
back
Mendes
and he's out.
is opening. So it's Patan Nasanka, Kusal Mendes, Charath Asalanka, Pavan Ratnayaka, Kamindu Mendes, Dasan Shanaka, Dennis Walalage, Dishan Hamantha, Dishmantha Chamira, Mahesh Tichana, Dilshan Madishankar are the Sri Lankan team. They've lost a lot of bowlers, haven't they, as this tournament has gone on? Injuries and what so. How are you feeling about it? You're a Sri Lanka man.
Can't be feeling great after Sunday's showing there.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
But you've got to think anything can happen, right?
Yes.
Patham Nissanka gets going in the chase.
Again.
Sri Lanka will feel all right. And I thought they bowled fairly well on Sunday against England. I think 150 was about a par score and they should have got a lot closer to it than they did. But
yes,
it was a batting breakdown.
It certainly was a batting breakdown. They completely screwed it up in the power play, did they not?
Decent time to have your sort of shit run, although they've now lost 2 games on the bounce, which is never great when every game is now a knockout.
Well, it is essentially, although the game against Zimbabwe didn't matter. You want to be beating Zimbabwe, don't you?
You think you do.
And they got destroyed by
they got
West Indies.
Absolutely slammed.
With their own fault as well. They dropped Hetmeyer twice. I mean, even if they got Hetmeyer for none, they'd have still got 180, wouldn't they? I mean, which should have been a tall ask for Zimbabwe, you'd have thought.
Windy's got power to spare, don't they? That batting line-up.
They do. You really need to get into it early. And you can't afford to be dropping catches against them. Right, let's have some jingles because they're all starting. What do you think is going to happen, Will?
I reckon New Zealand for the win, but I don't know. Like they're both sort of tricky teams to go out, aren't they? Because they could
well, I always feel like New Zealand are a strong side, but like any side, they're capable of fuck ups.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no Kane Williamson as the glue in the middle order, although Glenn Phillips seems to be providing that reasonably well, and he can certainly hit a ball. Right, let's have some jingles. This guy's opening. That might get us dinged. I didn't realise that. And followed by...
We're all living in Finn Allen's town, and he's shutting all the bowlers down. Out of the box he's hitting fours, over and over as easy as that.
Ooh, first ball comes in to Sightfoot. Oh, and then they're not near to run out actually, because Finn Allen was jogging through and he got there quite easily. Who's bowling? Is it Asalanka?
It's Madishankar.
And he has a jingle that goes like this.
Madishankar plays for Sri Lanka. Took a 6-4 on debut.
They've looked good at times, Sri Lanka.
Yeah, I've been impressed with Dilshan Madishankar since he's come into the side. Bowls really nicely with the new ball. Haven't seen a lot of him since the 23 World Cup where he broke out and then injuries have got in the way, but they were really good against Australia. They are a bit of a boom or bust team at the moment, and it's bust more than boom.
Well, that's the nature of T20 to a certain degree. You've just got to try and get your percentages up. That one comes back in again. Finn Allen gets an inside edge onto his pads and there's no run. Tone, can you pass in my phone? It's somewhere either on the desk by the computer or on the table over there. I need to make a bet before.
You liking that under?
I'm liking that under.
I've already taken it, but he's getting a nice bit of swing back into the right-hander first up.
One of these could be picked up over the leg side for 6, of course, but I'm going to side with, and I imagine you get quite a decent band with
I think I got 24.5.
That's a pretty good opening. Possible. That's a good under for the first wicket. That one comes back in, doesn't beat the bowler as he plays it back past him, and there's no run. TV screen is slightly faster than the betting sites. I mean, it's weird, isn't it? I mean, if you get a betting site, you can watch these games for free anyway.
Yeah. It's a lovely service, that, from 365.
Seriously.
Although
Yeah.
they don't have any commentary.
They don't have any commentary, that's very true.
Got to get tuned into Gorilla Cricket.
Well,
Get
I mean,
everything
that's
lined up.
perfect.
Especially if you're doing it on a laptop. Yeah, exactly that. Although we're a bit behind because obviously the TV is literally a frame or two ahead of the betting site. Right, £5, accept change, 25.5. Oh no, I think I accepted the change and I got that 6, which has been smashed into the leg side for 6. That has been picked up. What you thought might happen if it's a little bit too long, and it has been swatted over cow corner for one of these by Finn Allen.
Just slightly overpitched, wasn't it? And right into that hitting arc.
Yep, that's the danger.
And he packs a punch, Finn Allen.
He certainly does, but like everyone, it's also that shot could be missed inside edged. Get it going straight on. It's a fat outside edge that scoops up in the air. The question is where I didn't see the little map, but they got someone out at deep point and someone at deep square, something like that.
I think they've got both men on the leg side. I think they've got deep square, deep long on.
No. Well,
He's coming in.
yeah, I would be tempted to have. There's a bit of chat going on here. I don't know what's going on. Too many men outside the circle already. Who knows? Yeah, they got a long on, so he can go full. Presumably someone out square-ish.
Yeah,
on the
you
leg
sense
side.
everything's going to be full and straight.
Yeah, or shorter, but in at the body so that he can give it a pull and hopefully get caught out deep square leg. The amount of times as that one has played up to long on. Nicely driven by Seifert, get himself a single. Sorry, Finn Allen gets himself a single. The amount of times you've seen people belt it straight at square leg and get out with really nice shots. They just haven't got the
beautiful
elevation
shots.
off, or they haven't kept it down, one or the other. It's just like, this is why in test matches people still do it, I think. No one pulls out a shot, or no one thinks to roll their wrists on it, or, and to be held to be done, if you get it out there.
I always
Caught, oh well.
find it strange, the ones that are sort of chipped right into the fielder.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like, bing. No. Really? You knew he was there. That one was mistimed by Finn Allen. Sorry,
Right.
Seifert, last ball of the over, and there is no run.
Let's have a look. Okay, so we have a few people joining us. Who says, hello lads. Eric J says, all permutations still possible for the second semi-final, which is interesting. Farong says, Wibble, Willar is present, so expecting plenty of penguin chat. I love that I've become a weird penguin.
You're the penguin man.
Which
You are the penguin.
I am the penguin.
Yes. Right, and we have a bowler at the other end who is... I've liked him so far in this tournament, I have to say. I think he's bowled well.
This kid's such a little punk, but that I just get a job done. Do it what I like, eh? He knows he's cool like the cool kid at your school.
He's been pretty useful as a spinner, I think.
I like him a lot. Multifaceted cricketer.
Oh, that's played upwards, out towards long off. They do have a long off for Largo. He wanted to give that some uppity, didn't he? But he hasn't. Seifert can be dangerous. I don't know what he's done in this tournament. He got some runs, didn't he,
They
somewhere?
got a huge opening stand against the UAE, I think, the two of them, but that doesn't really count. But I think good captaincy this from Shanaka, bringing the left arm spinner in with two right-handers.
Well, New Zealand, like England, played, although England fortunately had 6 games in Sri Lanka before this World Cup, which was for once. They didn't have a brain fade, they actually did the right thing. Walalage is in, Seifert tries to give himself room to work it out somewhere, but can only knock it up towards mid-on, gets himself a single. New Zealand played all their cricket in India up till now, so they will find a pitch a bit different. Obviously they've had practice on it, but it's different in a match situation. I think they're a lot slower I've got a funny feeling if England do get to the final, that one is played out through the cover off back foot, a little bit too short, given a little bit of width. And a nice back foot drive through the offside. No one out there, of course. It's 4 runs.
Just four.
I've got a funny feeling if England make it to the final, if it ends up being in Colombo, we'll win it. If it ends up being in India, I don't think, because Adil Rashid is not as effective for some reason in India.
Yeah, it's sort of counterintuitive, isn't it? You'd expect this England team to be better in India, but they've been much better so far in Sri Lanka. Rashid has been far more influential on these pitches where he gets a bit of grip, a bit of turn.
And he bowls it really fucking slow in Sri Lanka. It wasn't really working in India, funnily enough. That one's up in the air. Oh! But beats the man at point. Lucky a little bit there, Finn Allen. I mean, it was fine. He got enough on it to get it to the boundary, but it really was uppish. But he gets it through backward point for 4 runs.
Yeah, the first boundary was nicely placed. That one looked much less convincing.
I mean, very much so. I thought he'd hit it straight to point for a minute there. What's your under? What did you get?
25. It's looking very much in danger already.
I got that 6, so I got 31 and a half. Gives you a little bit more room.
The benefits of being late.
Yes. Wellalage tosses that one up. It's driven out into the covers. They'll take the single. I haven't seen many run-outs in this tournament, have we, really?
I can't think of a single one.
There have been a few, but not many. In the old days, there used to be more, especially involving Pakistan. You can guarantee a run-out or 2 a game.
Well, Sri Lanka aren't shy of one.
Wellalage, oh, that's horrible. That's flat. Is there anyone out there? No, there isn't. Oh, that's a dreadful ball. If he'd have done that just to get hit for a single, then fair enough. Having big up Wellalage, he's gone for 15 in his first over with 3 4s and a couple of ranked balls. But 23 for none after 2 over to you, Will.
So, here's a penguin fact. Did you know that penguins are actually massively culpable for a lot of climate change because they are currently drilling under the Antarctic for all the natural gases and they're totally in Trump's pocket? And that's for us penguins.
Aha. I did not know that, obviously.
Yeah, they are evil bastards and must not be trusted.
I like penguins. I think they're cute creatures.
Yeah,
God
they're
damn
lovely.
It.
Don't they mate for life?
Yeah, apparently they do mate for life. That's on an advert somewhere at the moment, isn't it? Or someone told me that.
Yeah, exactly, which is why they must not be trusted.
I'm sure there's a bit, extramarital shit going on, probably. Madhu Shankar up to mid-off. Oh! We didn't see what happened, but it was straight to mid-off. They go for the run. He threw it at the stumps, picked it up nicely on the run. If it hit the stumps directly, it would have been close, but we don't know because the TV decided not to show us the stumps at that point. Now we're going to get spider cam view. No, he didn't hit the stumps, so it doesn't matter.
It's a really bad throw.
That is a really bad throw.
Harry Brook had one yesterday. He missed it. He should have had someone out.
Yeah, he had bags of time yesterday.
Yeah, bags of time, and he missed it by a mile. A couple of bits of bad fielding in the outfield by Bethel yesterday. It wasn't particularly flat at Panakelly. It has to say the outfield was a bit bumpy. Ooh, that one comes in nicely, curving in. Seifert's eyes lit up, and he got the inside edge and just bunted it out to mid-wicket. No run.
But he does find a lot of swing, Dilshan Madushanka, and it's sometimes that really late swing.
You can get one to go on here. Just a little bit wider. Tempt him. A little snick through to the keeper.
Yeah, maybe just that little cross seam one, because everything's been coming back, hasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Just throw it a little bit wider, let him through his arms. There is no slip, of course. It would have to be a thin edge through to the keeper. Oh, no, well, there's someone set at sort of slip on the 30-yard circle.
Yeah, the old sort of fly slip.
Yeah.
Half fly.
Madushanka is in, and it is there, and it is not caught. Oh, fuck me! Just what we were talking about.
So
but the man didn't hold it on.
Mahesh Theekshana, one of the worst fielders in the game, ruined our Ricky Ponting moment there.
He did indeed. Oh dear! We had that one all set up precisely. I think he's broken another pair of sunglasses. Someone did that the other day as well. It was the cross seamer. It was thrown out wide. It was tempted. He did edge it. It went straight to bloody Hassan, and he had it in his hands for a minute.
Oh, and he almost got it on the bounce as well.
And then it just slipped out of his hands. It was on the dive, and he isn't the greatest of fielders, but that should be taken at this level.
Oh, come on.
Fitbit's broken. Madashanka's having a shout at him.
I'm not surprised. Oh, do you see Usman Tarek's drop yesterday?
Oh, that was a really bad one, wasn't it?
Got away with it though. He was caught about 4 balls later. Then square leg, funny enough, doing
Yeah.
exactly what we just said. Madashanka in again. That one, you see, that's what fucking happens, isn't it? You know, you have one drop, next ball, you try to go back to the stop ball, and he just pumps it straight back over your head for 4 runs. Finn Allen goes to 22 of 10 deliveries, and I would be furious if I was the bowler.
4 on the floor, and 1 more 4 than the 4 before. That's what 4s are for, to get funky on the dance floor.
And in all the excitement, I didn't realise he lost me my bet as well.
He did, yeah. Well, exactly. I thought you were going to get it right at the last minute. You were going to be really lucky. It's always pleasurable when it comes in, when you've only got half a run to play with, and then they suddenly give it away. I've only got 2 runs to play with. That's an under edge through to the keeper. No run.
But starting to look like quite an ugly start for Sri Lanka.
It is indeed. Are you typing on your keyboard there, Will?
No.
I'm getting the bubble, bubble, bubble sound like someone's typing on their keyboard. Or was that you, Tone? No, it's all right.
Basically, if you can see that hand, I ain't typing.
Okay.
Because the other one don't work.
Anindo went out, Tone, and now he's come back in, I think. You'll have to let him in again. Dilshan, last ball of the over. Ooh, floats it up there. Little taking pace off. Doesn't beat mid off. And they will get a single. Finn Allen will retain the strike.
Right. Let's actually read some comments rather than... Oh, super chat.
Super chat, yay! Who's that?
Pirate Badshaw gives us €2 and says, funky on the dance floor.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Also, I'm just picking out random ones because that's what I do. Raj says he likes Nick's hairstyle. So do I.
Thanks,
Nick's
Raj.
is
Thanks, Will.
great. Yeah, I wish I had hair as sort of lustrous as yours, Nick.
Yeah, but I don't have any on top, Will. It's only at the back. I was in Turkey this weekend. I had about 25 people ask me if I was there for a transplant.
Like turkey teeth, yeah?
Yeah, turkey teeth, turkey hairline.
Turkey butt. But presumably there's a turkey butt lift too for the ladies.
Yeah.
Oh, edge back to the keeper. Is he taking it?
I thought he'd taken it.
No, I don't think he did. I think it bounced just before him.
Come on.
I thought that was the redemption arc, but well,
No, hold on.
yeah, I think he's taken it. He's being high-fived. The crowd are cheering. He looked really upset with himself, though.
I did think so too, so I don't think he caught it. But the crowd seem to think he has.
Well, now he's embracing the high fives.
Oh, it is. Excellent. I got my bet because I missed the 6. Yeah, I got 31.5.
It's a little carom ball.
It is. He's got a leading edge. It's gone back to the bowler. I mean, has he caught it? Oh yeah, he's caught it.
He's really clearly caught it. He's still annoyed about the last one.
Exactly. Well, it's only cost him.
5-6 runs.
I don't even think that actually.
I've
Maybe
just-
they're 4 straight after and a single, wasn't it? It's only cost him 5 runs, which is okay. So that being the case, let's give it this.
The crowd says, the crowd says, the crowd says you're out.
And Tikshana gets the wicket. 1 for none. Nice. And the new batsman. See, they look pretty good in the top order, don't they?
Yeah.
It's Kiwis.
He is gonna be a star. He is Rachan Ravindra.
I really like that one.
Yeah, well, that's where it should be cut, and it goes on for another 15 seconds. But you know, I could probably edit that if I could be asked. But who knows? Right. Here's the new batsman facing up to Tikshana. who bowls it, and he defends it back to the bowler, and there's no run. Who have New Zealand had to play so far?
South Africa and Afghanistan. I think they beat Afghanistan quite comfortably.
Yeah.
Did they?
That was their group, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The group of death.
So what happened between them and South Africa?
That was really early on, and I cannot recall.
That's driven out through the covers.
I'm going to look it up.
Yeah,
because
you do
I
that.
can't remember either.
Yeah. Out to the man wide long off, and it's a single.
Good start from Theeks.
Yeah.
He's normally the go-to power play spinner, but I guess they went match-up with Walalagay and found out the hard way.
Found out, got some data.
Yeah.
Walalagay.
And then it completely fucked
And
them.
then it was all wrong. The data was too thin. OpenAI couldn't get it right. That one is played up to long on for a single by Seifert. He's not been his usual explosive self here, only 8 or 7. They'll be quite happy that they kept him down. What would
South Africa won.
Oh right, okay. What were the scores in that game?
New Zealand 175 for 7, and then South Africa got to 178 for 3 in 17.
Wow. Okay. Tikshana in. It's played by.
Oh,
What did he
it's a
do? He
very
fell
funny
over
bit
on
of
the ball.
fielding.
Yeah, it was driven up to wide, long off. Cover went across, couldn't quite get there. And then he kind of fell on the ball coming in from mid-off. I don't know whether he tripped on his laces or...
It wasn't quite get something behind it. It's get something on it and pounce on it.
Exactly. Like his feet got caught up and he just fell in front of the ball and sort of landed on it.
If in doubt, belly flop on top of
Well, I'd certainly do that and be quite good at it, really.
it. South Africa looking very good though, aren't they?
They are. Seifert is going to face up. Tikshana bowls. Good bowling. Looks very dry, doesn't it? A lot of dust came up as he scraped across the square there. End of the 4th over. Over to you, Will.
Right. Okay. Solwater says, I think the worst collapse in a high-stakes World Cup game is India versus Sri Lanka in 1996, the semi-final. I don't remember that because I was 2, so I don't know.
Well, I remember the final of the one after that. Because famously, I had my bet that Australia had lost their first 2 games, and I said they'd win it, and they'd play Pakistan in the final. I had 2 bets, both were 10-1, I think. And that was the year that South Africa fucked.
That was 99.
That was 99.
Do you remember
yeah.
Sri Lanka beating Australia in the final 96, Bear?
Yeah.
Aravinda de Silva 100?
Well, exactly. That's when they came to foremost, wasn't it? That's when
Yeah,
everyone went,
absolutely.
Oh, yeah, that was when top of the order power hitting, pinch hitting as it was called then, was first kind of like, oh, what's this?
The year of Sanath.
Exactly that. Chamira is going to come in. Dushmantha Chamira. Is it Dushmantha?
It is indeed.
First ball to Ravindra. Nicely driven. Not past mid-off though. But they will get a single. He's got a jingle. Who is it?
Chamira.
Chamira.
He's hiding somewhere.
He's definitely
I
here.
can't see him either. But I think it was in the semi-final. It was Sanath with the ball who started to sow a bit of panic. I remember Tendulkar stumped down the leg side, I believe.
Got Sita Fernando in here. Has he played?
He's not even. Yeah, didn't make the squad.
This looks like. We've also got Samara Wickrama in here.
He hasn't played in about 10 years, Bear.
No. Oh well, I'll go and find his jingle. That one is hit nicely. Oh no,
That was one of our
good
favourites.
catch.
Picked up straight to square leg.
Exactly, Chamira is picked up by Seifert, who has also been quite destructive at times in his career, but finding this a little bit harder. Picked it up nicely again, one of those shots where they hit it quite sweetly, but straight to the man. That deep square leg. And so he is gone, and the second wicket is down for the Kiwis.
Another one bites the dust. I think that is going to be out, Fred. Another one bites the dust.
And a pretty decent catch from Kamindu Mendes on the fence there, hands above his head.
Indeed. That was a really nice catch. One of those ones where you think, am I close to the fence? But no, he wasn't. Right, I need to find Shamira's jingle now, don't I? Because he's just got a wicket for a start.
He has indeed, and Sri Lanka have pulled themselves right back into this game after an ugly first 3. They got a couple of wickets, and suddenly the score's looking much more favourable.
Yeah, can happen, can't it? Here we go.
Oh, my old man Dushmantha, he wears a Sri Lankan cap. He bowls it nice and quick, though his radar can be crap.
Which brings out, this man can hit it a long way too.
Feared by the bad, loved by the good. Glenn Phillips, Glenn Phillips, Glenn Phillips.
Glenn Phillips could blast you an extraordinarily quick, large score. Certainly capable of it. It isn't a power play. 34 for 2 after 4.2 overs. I'm going to change at the end of this over. Finally got the right sheet up. First ball, full and attempted Yorker. Dug out. Out to point, and there is no run. At the end of this over, Nick, you're going to take over for me. Tony's going to come and join you, and Will, you're going to become a summariser, not a tube reader.
Excellent.
Lovely.
Means I don't have to rely on my terrible eyesight.
Well, the dear us timers, I guess they're thinking, did it hit the boot before it hit the bat? But
Yeah,
I
it
think
didn't look much like it at all, did it? But they
didn't
were
look much like that at all to me.
they were fairly interested.
Were they? Oh, he got his feet out of the way and straight onto the bat. Indeed, it was. Would have hit middle stump if it had hit his boot first. But
Well, the Sri Lankan reviews can leave something to be desired. They're better now Dick Weller's not around, but they're still not great.
Pakistan's yesterday against England were pretty poor. Dushmantha in, and that's played up towards mid-on. He's quick between the wickets. Here's Glenn Phillips, and now we'll get a single. Oh, sorry, that's a bit whiffy.
Oh,
Oh well, you know. I've been drinking water.
better out than in. I
Better out than
can't blame a man.
No,
Atmosphere in Sri Lanka's been fantastic this
hasn't it
tournament.
just? Actually, it's been really good. Especially when Sri Lanka played, as I said, I watched the game when they beat Australia, and it was a tight game. The crowd were fantastic on the telly. They were really noisy, giving it all of that. It was great. Ravindra faces up, giving it some width. You can't really give him some width, he's good there. Quite classical, Ravindra. Got all the shots, but he loves to drive through the offside like most left-handers do, and that one has been smashed through the covers, out to the boundary for 4 runs.
Yeah, it was very elegant, lovely swing of the bat, and just got
Indeed.
the placement wide of cover.
Wow, he was given too much width, wasn't he?
Mm.
And hit the gap. Can score quickly as well.
Can hasn't quite got going in his T20 career.
I know.
has he?
I mean, well, this is the thing, isn't it? I think against England, he's been fantastic whenever I've seen him. Because obviously we only know him mostly see when he's played against England. He's got some big scores against England. I guess in fact in the last series when England actually. Oh, now that one has sliced him in half. However, I don't really know what happened. It didn't seem to do much. Maybe it's just really slow. Didn't see the speed either. Just missed it. But it's through to the keeper, and there isn't a run. We are going to have a change now. So you're going to take us through. Tone's going to come over and take my place, and I will see you all in 5 overs time.
See you in a bit. Right. Who says Sri Lanka bat way deep, which is true. No, Kiwis bat deep, and he said something about I don't know.
He said
It's
something.
fine. I can't read. What? It's fine. What day is it? Who am I? Where am I? What?
The standard on the socials does drop off when Messers is away.
It's true.
Oh, well, that's encouraging.
He
As
rules,
I sit down to
he
do
rules
socials.
it with an iron fist. As Theekshana is into his second over after a really good first, he finds a good bit of turn there to Glenn Phillips, and it's a dot ball. So he's bowled 7 balls and conceded just 3 runs and taken a wicket. We're into the last over of the power play, and Sri Lanka just clawing their way back into things a little bit in front of a packed Premadasa crowd.
Do you know what happened the last time Glenn Phillips played in a World Cup against Sri Lanka, in the World T20 against Sri Lanka?
I do not, T, but I reckon it was probably bad as he pushes one to mid-off and they scamper through.
Well, it was bad for Sri Lanka
that was my assumption.
because he made 104 at the SCG in 2022. That was the last time they faced each other in a World T20. I
That's
think
heavy.
New Zealand won by 65 runs, and he smashed 104 off about 40 odd balls or something.
Well, hopefully he'll get a few less tonight.
Yeah. Isn't he like during the New Zealand series against England? Didn't they keep showing stories of his life as a sort of an outdoorsman and general sporting chap?
I remember
Was that
seeing
Glenn
him with a
Phillips?
fishing rod.
Yeah.
It's wide from Theeks. Ravindra tries to slap it through the covers, but it's well fielded, so there'll just be a single.
I mean, there's loads of things. They had him out fishing, hiking, mountain climbing,
I've got that
sheep juggling. I don't
catch
know.
he took during that
literally everything.
series in the gully imprinted in my mind.
Oh,
The
yeah.
real Superman leap that,
Yeah.
that was subsequently shown about 17,000 times.
Yeah, it would have been. When on his day, he's very, very destructive.
I find these cricketers who start bowling spin at sort of 25 and are suddenly test standard really frustrating. This time it's straight carom ball from Theeks. It's just slapped back to him, so there's no run there. But am I right that he came through as a sort of wicket keeper T, and then suddenly was like, I'll have a go bowling a bit of off spin, and
I think he may have done.
now he's seemingly
you have me
able to
there.
do it. I can't land 2 balls at the same spot no matter what I try.
I can't get him to the wicket these days, let alone where they actually land. They land sort of about 3 feet from my toes.
That one's another carom ball from Theekshana. He draws the outside edge, but there's no slip in place, so there is no wicket. Dunithwalala Gay manages to field it on the 45. There's 1 run. It's all happening in Colombo.
I was just thinking we need to train up some of the young people to do the socials.
Are you going on strike?
Train up young people to do socials.
Well,
we have been trying to do that.
There's been a sort of an influx of the youth.
Influx
and
of youth.
Is that because it would bring the average age down if Messi's our gold standard social reader?
As this one is nicely whipped by Ravindra, and that is going to not reach the boundary. It'll be stopped by Charith Asalanka in the deep, but they will come back for 2. Another good over from Theekshana, 5 from it. New Zealand are 44 for 2 at the end of the power play.
Where did you get to, Will?
I don't know. T.
Excellent. That's really,
Wherever you want.
really helpful.
Wherever you want to pick up to.
Lay off the drink, Will, says Elite Joel Wilson. Whether Elite Joel Wilson can actually see you, I don't know. Probably unlikely. Let me see. Bring back Bradman, says Saltwater. Lol, North Island, South Island, Mouth Island, Australia. Don't quite know what that means, but it's Rahawarox who said it. Greystokes. I vote Mump for the socials. He keeps up to date, so context remains possible. Oh, William Munt, the other William. William, the Brighton student, William. Well, there we go. Oh, you leave Will alone. He's perfectly fine on socials. He has 2 great benefits on socials. 1, he can read. 2, he was available. And actually, Will had a 3rd one. He volunteered. That makes him fine in my book. Thank you very much. Black Ferns do the hacker. Tells us. Banana Brooks tells us. Best sports team name is the Tall Blacks. Oh, I like that. Robert Wilford says, good morning to you guys from New Orleans in the USA. I'm rooting for Sri Lanka to make life easier for my West Indies team. Keep up the good work, guys. We will do our best, Robert Wilford. I do like New Orleans. Where am I thinking New Orleans has a club called the Maple Leaf? If it has, I've been there a couple of times to see all sorts of interesting people, including Rocking Doxy, as I remember.
Oh, that's cool.
That's my memory. That's one of my main memories of New Orleans, apart from all of the standard up and down Bourbon Street kind of things. There's also a fabulous place that does sort of grits for breakfast that everyone kind of gravitates towards, but I can't remember the name of it, but I definitely remember doing it. Suter Who says, Will, just let me know who in chat you want to ban. I don't think you do you?
Nah.
Also afternoon, he says. Shall I tell you something else about New Zealand, seeing as we clearly have a little bit of time? Not the country. They've got the best rate of scoring of all the teams in this tournament. They've averaged in their games so far 10.37 and over. Sri Lanka only 5th at 8.92, but they're bottom for wickets actually taken. They've only taken 14 wickets in 4 games.
Sri Lanka or New Zealand?
No, New Zealand. And India, by comparison, who have the most, have taken 41 in their games.
Wow.
That's a big difference. It's a big, big difference.
So we've got a long end of power play break, seeing some Kiwi men hugging each other. I feel like whenever I'm on...
have you accidentally changed channels to some sort of...
Bear's got us on the highlights reel.
Some sort of New Zealand porn.
I feel like whenever I'm on the socials is mainly people in the chat digging out whoever's doing the socials.
Oh yeah, I'm getting heat right now. It's hilarious.
And he was getting it worse than you the other day. As Dushan Hemantha is into the attack for the first time, he starts very flighty. It's played out towards the man at long off, and Glenn Phillips will get through for 1. He's moved 2. 4 from 7. Slowish start from him. Ravindra is 10 from 8.
Here's Hemantha.
Dushan Hemantha, you swore that you could turn a ball, you liar.
I always think of Cliff Richard, Goodbye Sam, Hello Samantha when I hear Hemantha.
Well, here, and Rachin Ravindra pulls out just as he enters into his action, so he's going to have to start that one again. Fairly earnest apology from Rachin. At least he's not off the long run like Mikey Holding coming from the boundary. Hemantha's in again. And Ravindra tries to sweep, gets nothing but fresh air on it. Might have kept a little low. Kusal Mendes did take the stumps, but Ravindra was well inside his crease, so it's a dot ball. But New Zealand, after getting off to a flyer first 3 overs, they've been pegged back. I think they scored 15
really
off the last 19 balls. We are going to go upstairs to the third umpire for, I cannot figure out why.
Well, the only thing I can assume, Will, would be he tickled an under edge because he missed it. He looked to miss it by a mile outside.
Was there a suggestion that the foot might have been raised?
Yeah.
I don't think it was.
That looks grounded to me, but again, I'm blind, so what do I know?
Azamai, it's always helpful when 3 of the 4 commentators are glasses wearers. 4 of 4.
4 out of 4.
All 4. As this time it's a little fuller, and it's beautifully played by Ravindra. Straight back past the bowler. It beats Will Arligay to the boundary, so a much needed 4 for New Zealand.
4 on the floor, and 1 more 4 than the 4 before. That's what 4s are for, to get funky on the dance floor.
Pirate Badshah, that was genuinely random. I didn't do it because of your earlier super chat. On that occasion, it just genuinely was a random throw of the cursor.
As Bear said, he's got all the shots in the book, Rachin Ravindra. This time he rocks back, beats the man at cover, but there is a rider on the offside. It'll just be 1.
That's interesting.
So Hemantha's gone for 6 from his first 4. New Zealand are 50 for 2. Glenn Phillips yet to get going, but he might be eyeing a big hit here. Plenty of flight again from Hemantha. It's a googly. It's just patted into the offside. There's no run.
I would put money on him being unlikely to make 104 today.
I don't think he's going to make 140. I hope not, because that could mean...
That would be a real problem.
That would be a real problem for
boys.
Sri Lanka. It's this time chipped over the bowler's head. It's going to be a chase on. Dunith Will Arligay does get there to stop it.
Oh.
He's got the 12th man, Kamil Mashara, helping him relay it back in. So it'll be 2 to finish the over, 8 from it. New Zealand 52 for 2.
Yes, indeed. Let me see. Soul Water, which is a great name.
It's great.
and clearly he's a Ravindra fan. Rashin is Sachin 2.0. Isn't his name a combination of
Rahul and Sachin?
Yeah.
Although I did hear that might have been sort of urban myth.
Oh, really? Well,
Yeah, I
he'd
think
be the
that's
only
a
one who
little
knows.
bit of a. But I think it's sort of one of those things that somebody said it in an interview, and then he kind of took it on as a thing.
Ah.
They said, "Is this a thing?" And he kind of laughed and went, "Nah." But now he's just fucking about with people, which is fair enough.
It's
I'd do
Charith
that
time.
too.
It is indeed Charith Asalanka going to enter the attack for the first time in the tournament. I think it's the first game he's played tonight, having been captain of this team about 2 months ago.
He was, but no, I don't think it's his first game. I think he bowled against England from memory. I'll have a look in a second.
As he starts around the wicket and it's knocked out to long on for just for one.
Mind you, that said, his jingle's not here, and that would suggest he hasn't played, or that he has played, and the same situation was last time. The Bear couldn't be asked to put his jingle there anyway.
I'm fairly
be one
sure
of the
he's
other.
coming for Kamil Mashara tonight,
Well,
but I could be wrong,
We shall have a look and let you know.
as I wasn't keeping the most tabs on how things were proceeding while I was away at the weekend. He's going to switch to... Oh no, he's going to stay around the wicket to Glenn Phillips, who picks this up over square leg. And it's almost a brilliant catch by Pavan Ratnayakar. I think he's just caught it on the half volley.
Yeah.
He's getting a kiss on the cheek from Mahesh Theekshana for his efforts. A few claps from the crowd, but it didn't quite go to hand. It's a very strange angle of attack from Charith Asalanka. It looked nicely played,
You are correct.
but
He hasn't played in this tournament.
well, the old broke clock strikes twice a day.
Well, because I remember he played against England, didn't he?
He did indeed.
Because we spent quite a lot of time talking about the fact that, what did he win once? Oh, winning the Lovers' Quarrel football.
Oh, indeed, the Lovers' Quarrel big match
Lovers' Quarrel.
between Richmond and Mahinda, two
Yes.
colleges in Gaul, as Rachin works him away to long off for one. How are you feeling about this, Will? At 55 for 2 after 7.5. Still in the New Zealand camp? Am I reeling you into Sri Lanka?
Oh no, I think this is very much in the balance now. They've slowed. It's not so much the wickets that have sort of pulled me towards Sri Lanka. It's more the sort of run rate.
Well, yeah, they have struggled to get the boundaries away, as this one's straight to long on again for another one. And I'm no expert pitch reader, but to me it hasn't looked like it's sort of turning or sticking in the pitch massively. It's looked like quite a nice playing surface.
It has, but equally it's not coming onto the bat as much as a lot of teams would like. It's why teams are constantly taking out seamers and putting in spinners.
Indeed, as Ravindra works it to long on. They think about 2, but they're not going to get back for that. So tidy from Charith so far. 5 singles.
he'll take that.
Can he get out of the over? And bigger boundaries at these Sri Lankan grounds than at lots of the Indian grounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is the Indian ground that has the really tiny ones? It's the Wankhede, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, not
Yeah.
tiny, but it's shorter square of the either side square of the wicket than many grounds.
This time, Phillips sets off really hard as he works it away into the leg side. They will get back for 2. So, 7 from Asalanka's over. New Zealand are 59 for 2 after 8.
Right then, do you think cricket, this is a question from our friend Soulwater, do you think a cricket manga will make cricket popular or no? Manga is a type of comic, isn't it?
Yeah, in Japan.
I
why
think-
not?
I think anything like that. There was a fabulous lady in South Africa who created a book called How's That, aimed at kids to specifically get them into cricket. So look up How's That book, South Africa. She's done an absolutely fabulous job. And it's along the same lines as an idea, I think, Soulwater. Let me see. Good morning, says Clifford Bradford. Good morning from a freshly snow-dusted Connecticut. There we go. What's the odds on this game? I haven't seen New Zealand in this tournament so far. Are they any good? Well,
As Doshan Hemantha starts, and that looks like it's going into the crowd, into the sight screen at least. A straight 6 from Rachin Ravindra.
certainly was. Great shot.
hasn't been the best start from Dushan Hemantha. He's not Sri Lanka's first choice leg spinner. Hasaranga got injured and he's looking a little bit hittable tonight.
He has been smacked around a bit.
Yeah.
He bowled beautifully in the game against Australia, but apart from that, it's been a bit more of a mixed tournament for him. So whether he gets through his quota, we'll wait and see. Sri Lanka have got, every Sri Lankan batter either seems to bowl a bit of spin or keep wicket.
Just quickly on that question about New Zealand this tournament. Well, they've beaten Afghanistan, the UAE and Canada, 2 out of 3. You'd say, well, they should. They lost, though, to the free-scoring South Africans. And you don't know what would have happened in their last game against Pakistan, first game of the Super 8s, because it was rained off.
As Hemantha comes around the wicket, it's short and wide. Ravindra slaps it out to the man at deep point for just 1. Yeah, I think we're still sort of figuring out quite what New Zealand are offering.
Yeah.
But that's very sort of New Zealand-ish, isn't it? They're always kind of they always sort of seem to sort of
unassumingly
slip through,
effective.
Yeah, and then they're always there or thereabouts, and sort of just sort of turn up in the semis.
The old cliche, they're a tournament team, as Glenn Phillips slaps Dushan Hemantha straight past his right ear, away to the boundary. It is another 4.
And if you kids can't listen, then you bound to see the way you get shot for crossing a boundary,
And Hooves is quick to point out that before this tournament, they won a T20 series in India.
They did indeed.
Yep.
Quite competently too, 3-0.
As Hemantha goes back over the wicket, it's wide and it's short. Phillips rocks back, plays it out to the man at deep extra cover. They will get 2. So 13 from Hemantha's first 4 balls. He's gone for 21 off his 1.4. The over New Zealand we're looking for, as Ian Smith brings the World Cup, are we calling it? The World T20?
It's the World T20 trophy.
The World T20 trophy, which rolls off the tongue. And he is slapping it down on a podium. This time we get a dot ball slapped straight to the man at point. It's Charith Asalanka who does the fielding. So Dushan Hemantha will be breathing a little easier after that. It's never nice seeing a couple of balls in the same over disappear back over your own head. Can he finish with a good one? It's flighted, it's wide. Phillips rocks back and slaps it out to Kamindu Mendes, I think it is, who does the fielding. So 1 to end the over. New Zealand 73 for 2 after 9.
Greystoke 666. Though live betting odds fluctuate ridiculously with a 6 or dot ball, yes, they do. Well, so do, don't forget, the WinViz and predictions for a game. Do you know what? I think, were I not semi-retired, I'd actually volunteer to be a WinViz guesstimator, because I think it's a great job and has little to do with science and all to do with cricket knowledge and gut feel, if you ask me.
Oh yes, it's vibe central.
There's some discussion about Bluey episodes. I don't know why. That's pretty much us at the moment. Keep them coming. I can say we've got a good audience today. I'm delighted that you're all with us. And I've noticed that they've been consistently good throughout this World T20. So we're really delighted that we've managed to give you at least 1 game a day, sometimes 2 when there's double headers. But we need your help on Patreon to keep doing it. So please, please, please have a look at our website.
Help us keep the lights on.
Help us keep the lights on. Help us keep doing what we do.
As Dushi Chamira is back into the attack, it's played straight. The man at mid-on gives up on it because the man at long-off's coming around to field. So it will just be 1. He's bowling with good pace, Chamira. But Sri Lanka will feel like, I'm sure they'll be wanting to break this partnership sooner rather than later, as these two are just starting to look comfortable. What do you reckon, Will?
Yeah, I think they need to do something about these guys. I think they are both so effective, but in very, very different ways. But that in itself is kind of quite a good thing, because the sort of Sri Lankan bowling can't settle to anything. You know, when you're sort of facing 2 very different styles of batting.
2 very different players, left-hand, right-hand combo.
But not, even more than that, their sort of style is very different.
Absolutely, and right on cue, Ratchin slaps one straight up in the air. It's gone a mile up, so it's going to take some catching. And it's a really poor effort from the captain. It popped straight in and straight out. I think it might have come down with a bit of snow on it.
Well, I don't think he ever looked confident somehow. You just have a way of knowing, don't you?
You do, and the reaction in the crowd, there are some dropped jaws. It was a slower ball from Dushmantha Chameera, a little leg cutter. There was no timing from Ravindra. It went a mile up, and Dasan Shanaka running in from mid-on. I'm not sure he even got a hand on it.
Oh, he did. He got a hand to it.
I thought it went straight through onto their tee, onto the elbow.
Although you may be right. I mean, he certainly got.
He got an arm to it, but
it was
that was poor.
Well,
you should be taking that.
Did you see who was the poor lad the other day? Zimbabwe lad.
And it's not going to cost them too much. Glenn Phillips has been bowled next ball.
There we go.
That was a great ball.
It was full and it was fast and it was straight from Dushmantha Chameera.
Dushmantha. Well, we did have some happier farewell wicket jingles, beautifully created by Mog.
And it just nipped back a little bit off the seam.
Oh, that little nip back at the last minute absolutely did him.
Did for a massive gap between bat and pad. So Ravindra gets away with one, but very next ball, Chameera gets his wicket. Glenn Phillips has gone for 18 off 18.
Considering Glenn Phillips's power, that's incredibly cheap.
Yeah.
And the fact that he was going up one a ball as well, that's great. That's as cheap as you're ever going to get, Glenn Phillips, isn't it?
I think Sri Lanka will feel pretty happy with that. It brings Daryl Mitchell to the crease. He's a big man. He's son of
New Zealand rugby
legend John Mitchell.
Son of an old black funny and peep show, wrote that book. Oh, Daryl, not David Mitchell.
Loved him at Middlesex. It was really sad when we decided to stop paying him and he had to go somewhere else.
He's a wonderful cricketer.
He is. He's
I
been
have
a real
such a massive soft spot.
thorn in England's side.
Yeah.
There was that series, wasn't there, where he and the wicket keeper, was it Tom Blundell, just kept scoring runs.
Yeah.
Well, the series we beat them, I think, the beginning of the Bazball era.
Yeah.
If you look back, yes, you had Bairstow at Trent Bridge. England were scoring runs at a huge pace, but the man who almost single-handedly kept New Zealand fighting on was Daryl Mitchell.
Gritty cricketer, and he starts with a forward defensive shot straight back to Dushi Chameera, so there's no run there. Lasith Malinga is looking bigger by the day.
God, I love that man.
As do I, Will. I'm quite pleased to see my other Sporting Love Chelsea have finally got a sponsor this weekend, and it's the same sponsor as Sri Lanka, so what are the chances of that? Don't know what it is. DFS.ai, some sort of some kind of
sofas made by computers,
made by robots. Wow. So just 2 runs and a wicket from the over so far. We're going to have a change at the end of the over, aren't we, T?
We are.
As this one's short from Chameera. It's pushed into the leg side by Mitchell, but there's no run. So a really good comeback over from Dushi Chameera, getting a bit of movement off the deck and bowling at really good pace. He had Rachin Ravindra tricked with a slower ball as well, so he could have had another one. The chains are dangling with what looks like a set of keys on them.
I don't
quite know.
think they're keys.
Some tags.
Yeah, they're...
Keys would be a ridiculous place to keep keys, because you'd have to... You'd be practically strangling yourself trying to unlock any door.
So, Chameera has 2 wickets for 8 runs. He has 1 ball to get out of this over. What can Daryl Mitchell do with it? As it's a little false start at the top of his mark. Just looking around the field. Taking an age to get out of this over, but here he comes. He's finally in on the long run. He's over the wicket, very close to the stumps. It's full, it's straight, but it's just tickled the pad. I think there's no call. It would have been going down the leg side, but he does get out of the over with a dot ball. So New Zealand at the halfway stage are 75 for 3, and we're going to be due a change here.
We are. The Bears coming in to
Very tidy.
read your socials. Anindo is joining us, so thank you, Will, particularly, and also for stepping in. Hello to Anindo.
Hello.
Who has also stepped into the breach at the last minute. But I need to start with.
It needs two people to cover for Messi, clearly.
Well, he's a big man. Start with one of these though.
Super chat.
It's from a fabulous Brian in Brisbane, purveyor and provider of comestibles to hungry gorillas. And he says, "Oh, Tony, all those money-asking comments need a reward." Well, thank you so much, Brian. It's much appreciated. Saltwater offers us, says, "I'll help set up your own solar park so that the lights remain on forever." Wow. There you go. Over to you.
Can we sell it back to the grid and make money out of it as well?
Well, I thought you'd have your eye on the commercial opportunity, as ever. And why not? Right. Welelage into the attack, and it's an attempted sweep by the left-handed Ravindra, and it's immediately bottom-edged onto his toes. So Welelage starts this over, the 11th, with dot ball. Remember, New Zealand 44 for 2 they were after the power play, having been put in by Sri Lanka. They're now 75 for 3. That's fetched from outside of off stump. It's uppish, but it's beaten shot. Cover and long off, and it was a fabulous shot for one of these.
What,
I mean, he was really reaching, wasn't he, Anindo?
Yeah, he was. And what I find most interesting about this is on the spin capital pitch of the world, a fast bowler is making life really difficult for the Kiwis.
Yeah, but it hasn't been necessarily, I don't think, just raw pace.
No, it hasn't.
In he comes. That's pushed out to long off. They'll take a single.
He's been bowling brilliantly.
He has.
Welelage, yeah, his first over went for 15 though, which was
not Welelage. Sorry, I was talking about Chamira.
Chamira, Chamira has ball. That one that took the wicket, he slides his fingers across it. It's almost like a,
off break.
An off break, yeah.
That's certainly
you get Glenn Phillips, bowled all over is not that easy when he's, out there going at it.
Well, he made 104 the last time he played Sri Lanka in a World T20 tournament. Only made 18 off 18 today, didn't he? 80 for 3.
He's destructive.
Welelage, hair flopping. Left arm over he comes. Swung down to backward square by Daryl Mitchell. They take a single. Will bring Ravindra back on to strike. Very much the set batsman, purring along pretty nicely on 31 off his 20 balls. I had a look there at what the origin of the name Colombo, where it comes from. I thought you'd be interested in that, so I'm going to let you know in a moment. As Welelage comes around the wicket, and it's slapped. But it's slapped down to deep cover, and they will just take a single.
Was it named after a man in a trench coat?
No, not him. And a glass eye.
Yes.
Peter Falk, wasn't it?
Yes.
No, and it's also spelt differently.
And it's not named after the detective. No.
That's who I was talking about.
Oh, that's what you were talking about. Sorry.
Yes. You are actually, in different ways, talking about the same person. Right, Welelage, that's clipped off his legs by Daryl Mitchell down to back square. Take a single. It'll end the over at 11 overs complete, 83 for 3. I will tell you, however, it's the Sinhalese. The Sinhalese word originally of Kolon Thotar, which means port on the River Kalani. So there you go. That's how Colombo got to be called Colombo, not the detective.
Yeah, and the Brits came and screwed up the name and made Colombo. You think?
Probably
more than likely.
More than likely. Right, Mike Crotch Burns has got a couple of questions. He said, hello, Mr. Love Sponge. That's you, isn't it?
Yeah, apparently, I don't know why, but I'm happy to be
hello, Nick. You are a trooper. Love your dedication to Gorilla. Can you elaborate on your book on Jasprit Bumrah? He shall do that next time he's on, no doubt. And he also says, hello, Nindo. Were you able to sell off those books on Kindle?
I was going to ask you about
so
that.
far.
No.
Not too many, unfortunately, so far. Yeah.
Well, as we've got a quicker bowler on, unless things of enormous import happen, perhaps you can tell us all about that and
Sure.
give you a chance to hopefully shift a few more of them.
There was a part 2 to the question, which I shall also ask.
That is drilled out to cover. It's not, and they take a single.
He also wants to know what you think are India and Pakistan's chances of making the semis.
0-0.
For both, India's still got a good chance, haven't they?
I
They've
don't
got to
think
win
India has a
2
good
out of
chance.
2, but I mean, if they win 2 out of 2, they're in the mix.
They're in there, but I think the chances are less than 50% at this point, and Pakistan has none.
Yeah,
Pakistan had none to begin with. I mean, they were just playing like shit.
Theekshana has
dear,
got
there you go.
Ravindra, who's stepped back, looking to cut. He really just got a bit of a top edge to it. It was straight towards backward point, where it was safely pouched.
Kiwis are in real trouble now.
They are a
Kiwis
little.
are struggling a little bit. Theekshana has the wicket of Ravindra. Let's have a look. He throws it up outside the off stump. Kind of moves away a little bit. Ravindra does not get over it. That was very comfortably taken by, was it Dulshan Chamira? I'm not sure. I would have to double check later. I think it may have been. But it means he's gone. And he's very cross with his Samantha. Goodbye, Sam. Hello, Samantha. Took the catch. 32 off 22 for Ravindra. Now, we had some new wicket jingles sent to us, Bear.
When?
Last night.
No, I didn't see that.
And they were nicer ones. They were instead of just fuck off and bye bye and da da da. There were some quite cheery, happy ones. Normally ones that said kind of said well batted before giving people the send off.
Oh really?
The more yes.
I don't want those.
Yes.
Oh, we didn't ask for them.
We also we've got a whole load of new ones.
Well,
replacing
here's your opportunity to learn how to do it, Tone.
No, well, I do. My way of doing it is to mention them to you, and then hope they magically get there.
If you go to the Jingles email, which is open, they'll be there. You can download them and upload them yourself.
Right.
You have to learn these things, Tone.
Yes.
I have to be a hard taskmaster.
Fine. I'll tell you what then. You can take over all of the rotoring for the rest of this World Cup.
No.
No. Okay. Well, there you are then. Theekshana round the wicket to the man who shot John Lennon, but he has steered that straight to cover, and there is no run. Let's jingle up Mark Chapman. I promise not to call him that again.
The world's overrun with too many fans. Who's the top for?
Mark Chapman.
I don't know. Apparently, someone had asked for them. I don't know who. That's what Mog said in his email to all of us. Oh my word! What a ball that is from Theekshana. That has absolutely cleaned up Chapman. He's gone second.
Absolutely. Lovely ball.
It was a sharp off break, and Chapman just played down one line, and the ball went another. So we've had wicket. Chapman has gone for naught, and Sri Lanka would argue they'd right bang on top here.
Yeah, that was pitched up and just spun past his bat and hit the top of middle and off.
It's a great ball, wasn't it?
It's a beautiful
really
ball.
So we don't have a nice one, because it hasn't been loaded, despite Mog's best effort. So have this one.
Fuck off! Just fuck off!
There you go. There is the other one that's got the other ones in. They are quite nice. They're just tunes rather than made by Mog.
Okay, I'll just take the opportunity of talking about the book.
Yes,
since,
please do.
asked.
With the score on 84 for 5.
So today actually is Don Bradman, the 25th anniversary of Don Bradman's passing, and so I wrote a book a few years ago called "We Are the Invincibles" about the Invincibles tour of 1948. It's a short little book. I put it on 99 cents or 99 pence wherever you are in the world on Kindle. So if you buy a copy, I donate $1 for every book to the Cricket Victoria Foundation, which actually supports blind kids, deaf kids, and underprivileged women who want to take up cricket. So it's a fantastic cause.
So do I have to go to what, Kindle.com?
Any Kindle, any Amazon.
So even if I'm on Amazon,
it doesn't matter which Amazon you're on. I mean, which
what would be the
site
best thing to search for? What would be the most logical thing people would do to find it?
Are the Invincibles or My Name, one of them.
Okay, and then any bookstore basically that you buy with the Kindle version of it. So
you can buy the paperback as well. I don't care. Paperback's more expensive, but you're welcome to buy it.
Okay, right. Sheik Thikshana into the
Oh,
new man. Into
run
the
out.
new man. There might be a run out here. No, they
No.
just turned
No.
back. I don't think they took the run. Santner thought there was a run. Darryl Mitchell said no, there ain't, and Santner had to go scurrying back. He nearly went for a diamond duck, but he hasn't, and we will move on.
I think a couple of readers said that they bought the paperback, which is fine, absolutely fine.
And you'll still make the donation to those
I still make the
charities.
donation for any book sold, yeah.
Okay, so
this entire week.
if you Google "We Are the Invincibles" and then put Anindo Dutta, which is ININD.
If you put "We Are the Invincibles," actually you don't need to put my name because I think it's the only book with that
Thikshana
name.
defended by Santner, squared up a little bit, didn't look comfortable, but he survived. It means after 12, it's 84 for 5. That was a double wicket over that cost only the one run. Beautiful from Thikshana. So Google "We Are the Invincibles." You will find it. If you add an Indo's name, it will help it. It doesn't matter where you buy it.
It's not where you buy it. You have to buy it on. No, you have to buy it on Amazon. Otherwise, I don't get to know that you've bought it.
You have to go onto Amazon to do
on
it.
Amazon. Yeah, any Amazon site.
Use that bastard's website. Right, let me give us some of these socials. Farong says New Zealand win and Pakistan gone. Zimbabwe had their shocker against Winston. These expect to hit back hard tomorrow and knock Team Tata out of the tournament. Don't think that'll happen. Well, there was another one here about else is it Clifford. He reckons Pack are.
Oh, Wellalaga has got another one. He's gone straight through Darryl Mitchell as Bear was pensively trying to work out which tweet he was going to read. Wellalaga refused to wait, and he's cleaned up Darryl Mitchell. What a ball that was. That had a bit of flight, bit of turn. Darryl Mitchell's no mug, let's be honest, but that one was just too good for him.
Well, the way this is going, New Zealand are rogered. I mean, I really had New Zealand down as doing much better than this. I went over when Ravindra and Glenn Phillips were in, thinking they'd get 20 runs at least. And since then, it's gone horribly downhill. I went over 174 and a half, and then anywhere near that.
The Kiwis have gone bungee jumping without the rope.
Yeah, very much so.
Well, Darryl Mitchell's gone for 3, I'll tell you that. He's been bowled comprehensively by Wellalaga, so we'll say farewell to him.
After you've gone.
What a delivery that was, Anindo.
I mean, they've no clue. They're just playing for the long line. They're playing. They have no idea which way it's going to move, and everything is on the stumps, pitched up, and it's hitting the wickets. I mean, it's just super bowling.
I mean, there is an argument. Not an argument. I mean, I think it's a fact that teams that are very good at spin bowling because they play in regular spinning conditions should have an advantage when they're playing in Sri Lanka and India. Right, here's a new man. We weren't expecting to see him, so I'm almost certain his name won't be available in the jingle cart, even though it exists. Oh, crikey! I'll take it all back, Bear. I'm so sorry. It's this fella.
So many people aim for the best, but
Wellalaga to Colombo
take much less. It's got to be, Colombo
Colombo Wellalaga. Colombo drills that again, and he's going to get his first run too, down to Dulshan, who is at long off. Hopefully this is the wicket ball we're going to see. Oh, it was.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's just missed it. It's gone through the gate.
It's just it's gone, and it wasn't that big a gap either between his bat and pad.
Was it a wrong one?
It's just
No, he was rolling standard left arm delivery. It just didn't spin, and I think he was playing for a little bit of turn.
I thought it did turn, to be honest, but okay.
Tony, to your point, I mean, all these Kiwi batters, most of them, are playing in India once a year.
Yeah, of course they are. Many of them are in the
IPL. Yeah,
But it's very different pitches in Sri Lanka.
absolutely. That is true.
Ball nips into Santner, who stoutly defends, but this is rebuild time for New Zealand.
They generally tend to be even slower, offer a little bit more turn.
Yep, a lot more turn usually.
Yeah.
Well, do they take single? They probably could. They did. It was a misfield. They say never run on a misfield, but I think New Zealand have got to try and run whatever they can here, and that's what they do.
I mean,
86
literally,
for 6.
4 overs ago, they were looking at 180, 190. Now they'll be lucky if they get 150, won't they?
Well, he's a right arm off spinner, is McConkey, which would explain his appearance. They want to load their side with spinners. He's from Christchurch, plays for Canterbury. Had some time with Durham 2s and Hampshire 2s, but never, I don't think, breaking into the first team. So far as I'm aware, it's 86 for 6. McConkey is on strike. He steps back, steers it to Mahitha at cover, and there is no run. He's played one game this tournament. Didn't get a wicket though. None for 34 against Canada. He's been around a while. I think he's 33, 34. He made his debut, his first class debut.
McConkey?
Yeah. In 2011.
Wow.
So, yeah. He's no spring chicken. 86 for 6 after 13 there.
Saltwater reckons that England should have lost yesterday except for Harry Century. That's T20 all over, isn't it? It takes one good guy to get big runs and that's it. He also predicted a collapse, and someone is saying, I told you Kiwis had no batting depth. Again, that's Saltwater. He's on there.
He knows his stuff.
He does, clearly.
He knows his stuff. Right. Jalith Asalanka is going to be... I've just thrown my pen away. That's annoying. That one is pushed into the offside. They will take a single. No one has got this. Oh no, there is.
He also reckons that South Africa has the best batting depth and would have almost never happened to South Africa.
Well, they've certainly
can
got
happen
plenty
to
of power
anybody
as well.
in T20. Yeah, well, the Kiwis have got plenty of power. England bat all the way down.
87 for 6. New Zealand are right in the mire here. Remember, they had a rained off game, so they've got 1 point but not 2 from the Pakistan game. This was a very round arm from Asalanka, as we know, but it's drilled straight to cover. There's no run.
Well, that's one more point than Pakistan has deserved in this World Cup. To be very honest, given the way they played.
Yeah, that is true. Asalanka. Again, McConkey steps back. He's looking to muscle it into the leg side, but all he can do is pop it down to Dasan Shanaka, who's fielding pretty close on the offside. So it's another dot ball. Some rueful, thoughtful faces on that New Zealand bench.
Yeah, in about 4 overs.
Getting a bit of a working over
changed.
here. Oh, that nips back. Salanka nipped back too much. It pitched outside of off. Turned too far.
He was halfway down the pitch, though.
Yeah, and he was a long way down.
Inside edge, wasn't it, as well?
Oh, it may have been an inside edge as well. We'll have a look and see.
No,
but I think it just turned that wee bit too much.
High.
That one went on with the arm, kept fairly low, and it doesn't mean at least that McConkey can turn it down to square and get himself a single. Probably he'd be quite relieved.
For a moment,
I thought
he'd missed that as well.
Sorry, Nindo, say that again.
I said for a moment I thought he had missed the ball.
Yeah, I mean, we're watching a
he
few.
Played cross-batted, right?
Well, he did. We're watching a few of the dismissals, and there's some perplexed-looking New Zealand batters. That one's floated in to Mitchell Santner, who now has 2 off 6 because he's not going to get an extra one there. That again is just defended watchfully into the offside. 88 for 6, New Zealand after 14. Bear.
Well, who thinks the Kiwis have the firepower? No. Well, maybe he has a question mark at the end, do they? I think.
But the ones with the firepower are back in the pavilion.
Well, yeah, that's what I'd say.
They do have the most runs per over of all the teams in this World Cup.
Yeah, but
10.37.
I imagine a lot of that was scored by the top order team, who are no
So
longer there.
yes, largely by Finn Allen.
They're all gone.
Saltwater says New Zealand need to get Rahul Dravid in as coach. That'll make them strong.
Probably true.
That's an interesting idea.
Oh, extra fluffer. You big Kiwi fan. He says, useless git going to bed. Good night.
Well, good night. Sorry not to be bringing you better news. But then again, if you're a Sri Lanka fan, hey, happy days.
Yeah.
But then don't go to bed yet, because Sri Lanka's been known to collapse.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if they got a chase of 120 or 140, you can't even. Well,
Yeah,
they only
probably
had to
not.
chase one. Well, they only had to chase 147 the other night, didn't they, against England? So
Exactly.
you never know. Yeah, New Zealand run rate graph subsiding into ODI territory, says Clifford Bradford.
Well, I can tell you, average first inning scores overall in Colombo in 54 T20 internationals, it's 150. This World Cup in 5 games, should have been 6, but remember one was rained off, was 173.
What, their average score?
Average first inning scores at this ground.
Oh, okay.
So 173 has been the average this World Cup. Go back to 2024, which was the last time they played domestic T20s here. It was 153. So anywhere between 150 and 173 needs to be the minimum. I suspect that New Zealand need to be aiming for.
Looks pretty unlikely at the moment.
It certainly does.
Sri Lanka's form here is absolutely minging. They've won 8 and lost 24, so that means they, on average, in Colombo, they win 1 game in 3. New Zealand, conversely, obviously a lot less games, have played 3, had 1 rained off, but won the other 2. So until today, and that's goodness knows.
I'd say that's kind
who
of
knows?
meaningless 3
It
games.
is. 3 games doesn't tell you much, especially as the 2 games they won were in 2009.
Oh, right, okay, yeah, very meaningless. I'd say the Sri Lanka stats do say something, though.
Wellalaga, and that's wide of off stump. McConkey looks to sweep, but the ball was through him just that little bit quicker than he was expecting, and there is again no run.
Not that,
dot balls.
not that he had any idea of the line of the ball either.
No, he didn't. There's a slip in place, and that one held up massively. McConkey almost fell over backwards, waiting for that ball to come towards his bat.
It's a slow ball by a slow bowler.
It is. He really
slower ball by
gives
a
it
slow
a rip.
bowler.
Gets a little bit of turn. Comes a slow left armour onto the back foot. That's the 3rd dot ball. So McConkey is gobbling up deliveries here without troubling the scorers in any capacity at all, other than to put a dot in the scorebook. How many scorers do you hear grumbling and goes, I hate the expression about, every ball troubles us because we've got to do something. That's going to get him a run, though. He did wait and he did cut it, and he has cut it to backward point, but it's only a single.
What was I going to say?
I don't know, Bear.
No, I was looking at these ones. I'm trying to work out if socket and pulls.
You mean you can't read his mind?
Well, I was about to say, this isn't one of my particular talents, reading minds generally. Whether I could even if I could read minds, whether I'd want to read the Bears, I don't know. But there we go. Are you there now?
Fascinating out there. No, I'm just wondering if socket and pulls is a Kiwi fan or a South Sri Lankan fan.
Right. Well, just 1 run off this Wellalaga over, and there's not going to be one here because Santner tried to cut. It slaps into the gloves of is it Kusal Pereira or Kusal Mendes behind the stumps? I'm never sure.
Well, he tells the
It's one of the
wicketkeeper where
Kusals.
he thought the ball should have gone.
Down the track comes Santner. He's going to get a run here because he's driven it straight to a wideish mid-off. Did they take a single?
Yep.
Yes, they did.
They did.
So he'll keep the strike, even though
End of the over.
it is the end of the over. It's 94-6. It's the end of my little spell for now.
Right.
So we are going
See
to have a
you later.
change.
I don't know who's on now. I'm off, I think. You go in there, Nick. Let me just say this. Mike Crossburns, are you guys covering South Africa Windies and India Zim on the 26th? That is tomorrow, and yes, we are. It is a double header. I've got to take my daughter to the orthodontist in the middle, and I don't know if anyone's going to be running the studio whilst I'm away, but we shall be here and present, and we will try and get it sorted. Anyway, over to you, isn't it, Bennett?
Yes, indeed, Bear. Thank you very much. Hello, everybody. Greetings wherever you are. It's Bennett Olagusegram here, along with Nick B and Bill Reynolds. Hello, Nick and B. How are you guys doing? Okay? Right?
Yeah,
Nick's
all
just
good.
getting
You?
ready. I'm great. Thank you very much. Sri Lanka on song here. It's been a wonderful day of cricket here for the Lankans. And it's the 16th over commencing. Sri Lanka has certainly brought a bit of flavor and color to the Sri Lankan side on the field, and he's bowling his third over now. He's bowling well within himself. This one's over pitch on. Santander comes charging down, driving it towards the long off area, and the batters go through for a single. Sri Lanka doing really well. 90 for 6 is the New Zealand score. Sri Lanka winning the toss, choosing to bat. They brought in former skipper Charith Lanka, who'll be batting at number 3, and also has the ability to bowl his off spinners. As we can see, he's already 2.2 overs, just given away the 10 runs. Has been miserly, and he sees the batter charging down and drops it short. Clever thinking, and the batters go through for a single. It's a new man in McConchie, who's playing today in place of Jimmy Neesham. That's the one Neesham. That's the one change that New Zealand made for today. Sri Lanka must-win game for them, currently sitting right at the bottom of the table by virtue of that big loss to England last Friday. A win here will put them in contention again. This one's quicker, sidearm action, but Santander equal to the task, charges down and plays it towards the long-on area. Pathum Nisanka, the fielder there, very quick onto the ball, and the batters go through for a single. So some excellent bowling. Theekshana, 3 for 9 so far. He's been the difference, and all the other bowlers have supported him very well today. I couldn't say that except for Dushan Hemant, who had a bit of an off day. This is short and goes across the wicket. McConchie is known more for his spin bowling, but he is capable with the bat, and he tosses this one right towards the square leg area for a boundary. As New Zealand looking to make way here, 97 for 6. They're in the 6th over. Tim Seifert out for 6. Finn Allen for 23. Ravchin Ravindra was looking good before he was out for 32. Glenn Phillips for 18 off with Jaffa from Shamira. And Darryl Mitchell was bowled well again. Mark Chapman bowled Theekshana for 3 and 0 respectively. This one's on middle and off on the back foot, tucks away to the square leg area by McConchie. The end of over number 16, 98 for 6. Nikki B, what have you got there? How are you, Nikki?
I am very well, even better when Sri Lanka are on top. I'm not sure where Bear got to with these, so if I've repeating any, they're so nice you heard them twice. Hooves is saying, you can't say we don't care about T20 cricket. Clifford has replied, we definitely care because we're watching fat old men watch TV. Don't we love it? There's some angry shouts coming from the studio, not just from Bear either. What else have we got? Sock M.I. Pauls, I probably said that wrong, is saying, I'm one of many long-time suffering NZ Black Cap fans. Very un-New Zealand performance today. It's actually been a little Sri Lanka-esque from the Black Caps so far tonight. Stephen Kelk is saying, boom, there it is. Nick, Will and Bennett, and the chat massive. Keep the chat massive. Keep the super chats massive. We'd be even happier.
Fantastic, lovely. Thank you so much all. Keep them rolling in. Keep your super chats. Not only that, keep your thoughts and views. Keep Nicky B busy as well. He's a cricket fanatic, he is. This one's outside the off stump and a beautiful looking shot by the young McConchie. He pulls it from, not a pull, more like a flick from outside the off stump, way across the deep square leg boundary for a 6. McConchy playing his first game of this tournament. He's a leg spinning all-rounder coming in place of the experienced Jimmy Neesham, certainly making a good impact already. 14 or 15, struggled a bit initially, but I think he favours pace on the bat, Will, you reckon?
Yeah, I reckon so. I mean, that was a shot that totally used all the pace from the bowler, so yeah.
Indeed. Chamira bowls out a good delivery, slower ball. He took a lot of pace off that, just outside the off stump. McConchy doesn't know much about it. It goes for the drive and beaten for pace. We saw some fantastic bowling earlier on. The stage where it was Dulalage and Teekshana bowling. The two. I mean, Daryl Mitchell. I've not seen him getting bowled like that, Will. That's a delivery.
No. I mean, the bowling has been really, really solid and interesting, and there's been a bit of sort of variation. So the New Zealand batters haven't been able to settle to anything.
Indeed, this one's on a midland leg, and the Hoik, a beautiful looking shot here. He lifts this one. It's like Hoik's did more of a flick and a Hoik mixed together, and that sailed over the deep square leg area for the second 6 in consecutive balls for McConchy.
One toke over the line, sweet Jesus, one toke over the line.
Clearly, he must have had some reputation to play instead of the season captain as Jimmy Neesham, Will.
Yeah, definitely. I think, he's definitely proving that he's worth the spot in the team, and those 2 sixes that he's scored so far this over have been really excellent. And
after bowling, sorry, Will, after giving away just 8 runs in the first 2 overs, he's given away 12 in 3 balls, Will.
Yeah, exactly. And
this one's on a Yorker length, Chamira, then McConchy digs this one again. He prefers the square leg area. Looks like he's strong on that area, and the batters go through for a single. New Zealand will need to move on from this. Their current run rate is 6.67. Sri Lanka's batting has looked fragile and weak and exposed in this tournament, the middle order, but they've strengthened it today by bringing in Charith Asalanka. Mark Chapman got a beauty from Teekshana as well. He came into the game with a lot of reputation behind him, Will.
Yeah, I think he's been he was unlucky with that ball because it was just a great ball, and you kind of can't
unplayable, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Mark
you can't do anything with those.
Was
but
unfortunate, yes, and so was Daryl Mitchell. Daryl Mitchell is an ardent student of the game. He practices hard, and he's really done so well for the Kiwis, the Black Caps, in the last few seasons. This one's tucked away nicely by Santana to a short mid wicket. The batters go through for a single. Santana will do well to rotate the strike and give the bulk of the strike to McConchy, who seems to have found his rhythm and momentum on this occasion. Mark Chapman, I remember when I was manager of the Hong Kong national team, when I lived there for a number of years, he was a 15-year-old young lad. His mother is of Hong Kong origin, and his dad is from Auckland, New Zealand. So he qualified to play for Hong Kong, and I remember being the manager there on a couple of tours when Hong Kong toured. Keen student of the game with loads of talent, and he had ambitions to play for New Zealand, and he lived in New Zealand. He used to still qualify for Hong Kong by virtue of his mum being a Hong Kong national. A great lad. He's really made it and made a mark for himself in the T20 setup for New Zealand. Chamira comes again, changing the angle this time. Right arm round on the back foot goes McConchy and slices this one towards the deep cover point third man area. A diving stop by the cover point area couldn't really prevent the ball from rolling over, and the deep cover point couldn't stop that as well. That's another boundary to the score.
And if you kids can't listen, then you bound to see the way you get shot for crossing a boundary,
ET run coming off that. What have you got, Will? Quickly before
we've got plenty of chat about the size and shape of the gorillas. Leah is saying my sweet Will is not a fat old man. Matt Cullen is saying they're not fat, they're well proportioned and a bit fat. Mike is saying Will is still young, wait till he gets to 50, he will truly personify the gorilla. That is about all I can give you now. I don't know what else anyone else is talking about.
Will, do you want to come in with anything?
I don't know whether I should defend myself with the gorilla-ness. I take it as a compliment. Fine, great, yeah. Hey, if you think I'm getting to 50, that's a win.
Keep them coming in. It's Manish Tikshana this time darting this one, but outside the off stump, and the umpire is taking some exercise, stretching their arms to call it a wide, and they did. Keeper Kusal Mendes couldn't collect cleanly, resulting in a run as well. So 2 runs to the score, 116 for 6. And Tikshana bowling his last over. He has done really well, picked up 3 wickets. He's been the one that's put the brakes on the New Zealand batting. Ravindra was looking to break free, and he was out at 32. Glenn Phillips was also out to a beautiful delivery, Will. That got
really beautiful. It takes quite a lot to get Phillips out when he's in that kind of mood.
Tikshana bowls this one's outside the off stumps, going through straight there, and McConchy looking to crack at it, didn't get hold of it. I think Sri Lanka will do well to try and keep a few spinners going, because McConchy looks like he likes pace on the ball and struggles with the spin. Let's see what skipper Darshan Shanak will do. And Tikshana bowls this one. He tries to reverse sweep, and he does well. He finds the gap there. However, there is a sweeper cover in the boundary who runs around. Kamindu Mendes runs around, picks up and throws his return in, and the batters go through for a single. Sri Lanka will do well to keep Santana on strike, Will.
Yeah, definitely. He's so solid, and I think there's sort of a little bit of a tendency to kind of underestimate his batting, perhaps. But he's really talented in in all the areas, really.
As Tikshana comes in, this one's shorter outside the off stump, and on the back foot goes Santana. And this one, he's a bit of a fumble at the cover point boundary. He slash drove that to the cover point area. The fielder Pawan Ratnaka got to it, but he couldn't keep it away from spilling off him stopping, and it's another boundary to Santana as New Zealand steadily march on to 123 for 6. The momentum there, wasn't it, Will, that took him away from there. He was running through. Go on, Will.
I was just going to say it's really unlucky with the sort of flight of the ball and all of that sort of thing, and the momentum.
As Santana bowls this one slower through the air, and Santana, as was described earlier, using his skills and doing a nice little shot there past the deep square leg area. He hoiks this one over the boundary for a 6. New Zealand capitalising.
Well caught by that man in the security shirt. And I don't want to say it, Bennett, but there's still time for Sri Lanka to fuck this up, isn't there?
Indeed, because these two look like they're wanting to break free, and there's not much batting to come after this. A key wicket here, Nicky B.
It is indeed. I feel much better.
He just darts this one, but that didn't go to plan. He's hoiked this one over the deep wicket area. They're looking for a no ball here, but Santana certainly doing well. That's a 6. That's 4 and a 6 in 2 consecutive balls.
2 6s in a row. 2 6s in a row. 2 6s in a row.
And I've mislabeled it as 2 6s in a row because I'm getting so worked up.
They've reviewed that, looking to see if there was a no ball there. Nicky B and me are Sri Lankan supporters. Of course, I have Sri Lankan origins, as you all may know. So I'm an ardent Sri Lankan fan, and Nicky B has spent a lot of time in Sri Lanka doing some work there. So we're both quite keen to see Sri Lanka doing well.
I love Sri Lanka.
And that looks like it's going to be a no ball to me. What do you guys think?
It has to be, yeah.
I think it will be called, and they're reviewing it as we speak. But I will be in Sri Lanka the next week for a couple of weeks. Unfortunately, not for any games though. Nicky B, I'll be meeting Mark Billimori. Will say hello to him from you.
Do send him my best, Bennett, and you cheer on the Thora boys on my behalf.
Oh, will do. And in case you wonder what we're talking about, Nicky B happened to be spending a couple of years teaching in my old school, St. Thomas's College, Mount Lebanon, where I studied and played cricket and so on. So he knows I'm going for a really big game there called the Royal Thomaian, which is played by two of the pioneer schools in the country, true private schools in the country. 175 years, 150 odd years they have been playing this game, a 3-day game, the longest of its kind. Anyway, outside the off stump, Tikshana bowls short. On the back foot goes Santana, playing this one towards the deep extra cover area. The batters go through for 1-2 actually, correction. So at the end of over number 4 for Tikshana and over number 18 for New Zealand, 137 for 6. What have you got, Nicky B?
We've got loads on the socials, and I'm keeping very bad track of it. Tim Wilton Davies is saying the first Soccer World Cup was 1930, which Uruguay won, apparently. Leah's saying she likes my Joy Division Japanese shirt. Thank you, Leah. Tim is saying British national teams weren't even invited to the first Soccer World Cup. Still, England supporters chant the Germans 2 World Wars and 1 World Cup is utterly epic. What else have we got? Tim saying the national sport of England is cricket. Is that true? I thought it was football.
I would say it's football.
NZ unshit the bed here, says Stephen Kelk. I think they're doing it, and I think Sri Lanka are shitting their pants as we speak. Tim is saying my money's on China. I don't know what that's in reference to. Sock M.I. Pauls is saying can't argue with England's cricket credentials. They're far better than the NZ one. I always thought soccer was your sport. I apologise for any offence.
This is going to be an interesting battle here because it's pace on again, Will, for McConchy.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting.
Oh, that one over pitched on a Yorker length outside the off stump, and McConchy slices this one, carves this one towards the vacant deep third man for a boundary.
He got down to that really
went
well.
like a tracer bullet.
Sorry, Will, I interrupted you with fake Ravi Shastri.
That's absolutely fine. I was just sort of saying it. He got down really, really quickly. He's got great hands. McConchy, I think.
And suddenly 160 looks back on.
Absolutely. The last 3 overs has been mammoth for New Zealand, especially after I've come in. I think I've brought some bad luck for Sri Lanka.
With a curse, Bennett.
Away from commentary, I was enjoying the game. I watched all 15 of the overs before this. However, Madhushankar ball comes soon, and this one's he's following in but that's harsh, isn't it?
He's been done dirty there.
Yeah, that's really harsh.
That's harsh because McConchy was moving almost towards the wide area, and Madhushankar sprayed this one even further down, and I thought he should he's almost at the wide line when that was bowled, but still the umpires decided to call it a wide. So 142 for 6. Sri Lanka looking to claw this back. This partnership has looked threatening. They've scored around 12, 13, 14 runs in the last few overs and much more. Mitchell Santana and McConchy. This one's overpitched and driven. There's gone aerial, but over the outstretched hands of the cover fielder, Pathum Nisanka, whom we know has taken a couple of blinders in this tournament in that position. Yeah. And they only get the one. It's McConchy on 31.
It was very nearly another Nissan Air, wasn't it?
It was indeed. Perilously close.
He was flying.
Really close.
Indeed. He likes his flying, doesn't he, in that position. Sri Lanka wondering now, there's 10 balls remaining. What can they do? The highest 7th wicket partnership versus Sri Lanka for New Zealand in this form has just come up. The last wicket fell at 84 with Darryl Mitchell in over number 12. They've done extremely well in 6 overs to get 60 odd runs. So scoring at 10 runs and over whilst keeping the wickets intact. We know Matt Henry, Ish Sodhi and Ferguson to come. It's good delivery, this one. Madhushankar following Sansras is looking to give room. And he's got it on his toes, but it was played towards long on with not much of power. Hence, the batters had enough time to come back for 2. In the bowling, Dunit Bellalage 1 for 27. Matish Tikshana 3 for 30. Dushman Chamindra 2 for 26. Dushan Hemantha having a bit of an off day today. None for 22 off his 2 overs. Asalanka, I thought, bowled really well. None for 16 well.
Yeah, really well. I think that's the thing with the Sri Lankan bowling. When they're on it, they're unstoppable, but they have a bit of inconsistency.
Madhushanka bowls again with the batters moving around the crease. Has caused some confusion in the bowler's mind. That's a wide call. So 9 balls remaining. Sri Lanka did very well to get New Zealand to 84 for 6. All of their main batters were gone. Mark Chapman and Darryl Mitchell, Glenn Phillips, all of them were gone. But little known, McConchie, playing in his first game in this tournament, turning the screws on for New Zealand with a cameo, 31 out of 23, ably supported by the experienced, seasoned campaigner, man for all seasons, who's taken New Zealand out of trouble in many instances. This one's over-pitched and hiked long and high into the skies over the deep mid-wicket area for another 6. Will, come with that. What do you think of that shot?
Absolutely stunning. He sort of really used his pace against him and just smashed it down the ground. It was a real sort of stand and deliver type shot.
I think bowling a fast ball at this stage may not have been the best thing for Sri Lanka, but this is a good delivery. Oh, he's called it wide.
That's
Dear
ridiculous.
Me. That looked like it was again a short ball, but he was trying to do a slower kind of a short length delivery which climbed on him as the batter Santana was looking to give room on the leg side, but nevertheless umpires call stand. It looked close to me. However, New Zealand get one more to the score and an extra ball, 153 for 6. Madhushanka is losing the rails a little bit here. Slower ball again on a good length, and Santana drives intentionally with a lot of intent. It was long on. The batters get 1 and they decide against the second. 1 more ball to go in the 19th over. The spinners have bowled out. The main spinners, Velalage and Thikshan, have bowled out. Charith Asalanka has 1 more to go. Do you reckon he should bowl the next over, Asalanka, as opposed to Chamira?
Maybe. I think, that's what I would go with, but I really, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a tricky one. These batters seem to be sort of really on song at the moment. Sri Lanka not having 3 of their frontline bowlers, Hasaranga, Pathirana and Nuwan Tushara, who was out before the tournament, are playing with a second shift bowling attack. This one's a better delivery on a good length, driven towards long off. And that's the end of over number 19. Sri Lanka winning the toss, deciding to invite New Zealand in 156 for 6 with 1 over to go. Nicky B.
We've got some classic football soccer debate going on. Volney says it's football, what the hell is soccer? I quite agree. Tim Wilton Davies says I'm older because I have to put olive oil in my ear. I don't entirely know what that means. Tim Moy Johnson says Sri Lanka for my money. Come on, Sri Lanka. Sutahu is saying, Tim, you can only claim that if you have an alternative life to gauge against. Greystoke is informing me that Chelsea under-19s are losing 1-0 to Real Madrid. Nothing changes. And Sock M.I. Pauls is saying, my favourite soccer player was Ronaldinho. He was a joy to watch, apart from that time when he lobbed David Seaman. I still remember it as an 11-year-old.
Oh dear, a lot of football talk going on.
A lot of football talk. This isn't entertaining them, Bennett, but it's having us pull our hair out.
But still, exactly. Still, you're engaged, you're watching and you're engaging and interacting, which is great. But let us know what your thoughts are on this game or any other predictions that you may have. Any questions that you would like us to discuss on. Nicky B is very knowledgeable, and Will and I can help you to discuss and take this engagement forward. It's Chamira who was bowling the last over, contrary to what we thought. So this is going to be an interesting. He went for 14 runs his last over, and these 2 batters are seeming to like the ball coming onto them. It's going to be a feast to watch. 31 of 23 is McConchie, and 35 of 20 is Keeper Santana. This one's outside the off stump, and he's lucky to get away with that. I think this umpire is a little bit more lenient than the other one, Will.
Yeah, I think he really is. I think the other umpire's been really harsh with the wides.
He has been, indeed. This was outside the off stump, and Santana not able to get bat on ball as it goes to the wicketkeeper. Dot ball. I think Charith Asalanka has brought not only the stability in the field, but he's also been whispering I've seen right throughout the game. He's experienced former captain of the 50 over side. He's giving some ideas and thoughts to skipper Dasun Shanaka, and he's been electric on the field as well, along with his bowling. This one's over pitched and lofted shot, and beautiful
Really lovely shot.
indeed. He picks it on the up and clean hoiks this one nicely, loft drive over the long on area for another 6. He's great, isn't he, Will? He's talented young man, he is.
Really, really talented, yeah.
He's underestimated, as you said, in all 3 disciplines. We've seen what he can do, and again, he's done this many a times. 41 of 22, 84 for 6 they were. They've almost got 80 runs, 78 runs partnership.
Yeah.
This is a good delivery, a good comeback outside the off stump and going away, slower delivery, not giving him the room, Mr. Santana. A review has been called for with 3 balls to go. Mr. Santana, 41 of 23 is outside the off stump, and he went for the drive, didn't get to the pitch of the ball. Kusal Mendy seems to think he's got his man. So does Chamira. But what does the third umpire think? Was they're looking to see if there was an edge? Let's quickly run through what happened today. Sri Lanka chose to field after winning the toss. One change. They brought in Charit Asalanka in place of the misfiring Kamil Mishra, and New Zealand brought in Vikonchi, who's right there in the middle, in place of Jimmy Neesham. And currently at the end of over 19.3 overs, New Zealand 162 for 6. There is a slight edge there as we are watching the replays, and Mitchell Santana. Oh no, it isn't. Right, Will?
Well, it's weird because there was a little bit of a
That was a
sort
spike,
of
wasn't it?
I think it was just a bit of bat on ground.
I think so, because you could see a little gap between the bat and the ball.
Yeah, he's been declared as not out, but nevertheless, Sri Lanka wouldn't mind. They've got 3 balls remaining. 2 dot balls and a 6 in this over. 162. They brought some respectability after being 84 for 6 again. Bowling this one outside the off stump towards the wide line and getting Santana to fetch this ball from outside the off stump, and it goes to Pawan Ratnaik at the deep cover point, sweeper point area, and the batters have ample time to come back for 2. So Santana on 43. 2 balls remaining. It's Chamira, who bowled very well in his first spell. 2 overs. 1 for 12, got the important wicket of Glenn Phillips. He's been hammered around the park in his next 2 overs. This is the second over that he's bowling. He's gone for 34 already and picked up 2 wickets in the process. He's an experienced campaigner for Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka cottonwooled him before this, not letting him play too many games. He's all for this one. So over pitched on a fuller length on the offside, and it's played in the gap beautifully by Santana again. Not much power, but he placed it meticulously.
Yeah.
Pierced the cap between long on and mid wicket for another boundary, Nicky B.
Insult to injury for me having to jingle them up after they hit them.
47 runs off 25 balls. What a knock this turned out to be. And the newbie Cole Biconchi, 31 of 23, taking New Zealand from a dire straits at 84 for 6 in the 12th over to 168 for 6. It's par.
Yeah.
Responsible and really good knocks from these 2, Will.
Yeah, really, really solid. Santana's been amazing.
Yes, been last ball of the innings. This one's again on a good length, and he's driven that beautifully. Caught by Charita Salanka, who dives and takes a spectacular catch as the ball was leaving him, to the exclamation and joy of the spectators. And Sri Lanka have got Santana in the last ball of the innings. He's got 47 in the boundary there, would have got him to 50. But New Zealand have got to a respectable score here, 168 for 7. And the last man out, Mitchell Santana for 47, and from 84 for 6. They've done a great job. Will and Nicky B, your thoughts?
A really sort of impressive innings from Santana. I mean, he was unlucky, but he had to go for that boundary because it would have got him the 50. But I think New Zealand have done very, very well to get to a respectable score. What do you reckon, Nick?
I think that's a winning total. I think Sri Lanka thrown that away in the last 5 overs. On this pitch, I think Santner's going to be a real handful, and I think that's going to be a struggle. Shining Knight is rubbing it in Bennett. He says Sri Lankan fans show up on commentary and they forget how to bowl.
Indeed. I dressed up for my stint today as well, Nicky B.
Yeah, you're looking very sharp, Bennett, I've got to say. But I think we've put the curse on them. They're cancelling your passport, cancelling my visa. Hooves is saying Big Ange would slap you. I'm not sure what that's in reference to. Not sure who Big Ange is. Is it Postecoglou? Is it Matthews? Is it Rayner? What else have we got? Sutahu with the comment of the day. Malinga looks like he's got his GC membership. Although Greystoke is coming back at him saying, Suits, not too many hair highlights in GC, might be disbarred. Yeah, the shape, if not the hair. Saltwater says, what a comeback from NZ. Robert says, SL surely throwing it away. Couple of people saying 170 would look to be good enough. Eric slightly concerned for Sri Lanka. Yeah, I think we're all slightly concerned for Sri Lanka need a Pathan Nissanka special if they're going to get up to...
Indeed. And also Charit Tasalanka, he's looked very confident. It looks like he's got something to prove. He's done well in the field. And also whispering his advice to Dasun Shanaka. He bowled extremely well too. So I think Sri Lanka missed the trick here, guys. At the end, bowling the fast bowlers, giving pace on the ball was certainly an issue. They had come into Mendes they could have gone to. They had one more over left from Asalanka. Hemantha was a little bit disappointing. A leg spinner bowling at this stage may not have been the ideal thing. However, a good score, a commanding score for New Zealand after being 84 for 6. In the bowling, we've got 3 wickets for Matish Theekshana, and Dushmantha Shamir also got 3 for 38. But the highlight of the innings was Cole McConchie and Mitchell Santana's partnership of 84 runs to take them to respectability at 168.7. So we're going to leave you there, take a small break before the innings begin. Thank you very much for joining, and come back in the next 10 minutes or so for the next innings.
All right.
Thank you all.
See you later.
See ya.
I think they scored more in the last 5.
Difficult. That's been exacerbated by a sort of 2-decade-long civil war, which sort of precluded the North and the East from playing a lot of cricket, or at least being incorporated into kind of national structures. And then, I mean, I think you've got to say that, like, countries like the West Indies and Sri Lanka are already fighting a losing battle in terms of the fact that they've got like less resources and less people before you throw in shoddy administration. And I think you'd also say that, you know, the big countries have professionalized a lot in the last sort of 2-3 decades, and places like Sri Lanka have been maybe slightly left behind.
Yeah, although we will segue our way back very soon. They had a thumping win this morning, but it was against the combined might of Oman. but yeah, we'll talk about them in a second. It is a great book. It has been bestowed with multiple awards. Simon Barnes said it's a great tale, and what's more, it is beautifully told. So you will find a link to it in the notes to this podcast. And is it true you're moving on to your next book, Guerrilla Cricket, the story of a rebel commentary station?
It's in the works.
Is it?
I'd love someone to write a book about us. It'd be fantastic.
It would be cool. I think one of us might have. I might have to be self-penned, Bear. I mean, we've got the talents of Hendo and me who can write a bit. We've got Nick. We've got Nick. We've got Anindo.
I'm sure we could pull something together between us.
Anindo could knock up a quick Wizards, the story of alternative commentary writing. You know, there'd be loads of opportunities. Well, anyway, so obviously, Nick, the one thing I didn't ask you is what do you want to drink?
I'd love to have Guinness.
The old B&B. You can. We've had plenty of people asking for Guinness. Who had a Guinness last time? I think Annie might have had a Guinness, rather unusually. You're very welcome. By the time, we've only got 45 minutes, it will take most of that time to pour, but you'll have to live with that. And you will get the little shamrock in the top, and you might get Paul Sterling to blow on it if you're very lucky.
That sounds lovely. I could do without the stand, but I do need the shamrock.
Right. So, this World T20 starting to take shape a little bit. Very basic question for all three of us, I suppose. Is it more or less fun than we expected? Bear, why don't you take that one first? Where do you stand
I quite enjoyed it, to be honest. There have been some close games with teams you wouldn't expect. I mean, the problem with T20, as we always talk about, is even though it's a shortened form of a game that's supposed to make it tighter, as often is the case, one team scores too many. And another team has to chase it down, loses wickets early, and then the game is pretty much done in 5 overs, and you can see the result happening. Pretty much what happened to England yesterday, losing to the West Indies. I think they let them get too many at 195. But fantastic game between England and Nepal, and who saw that coming? I mean, I thought Nepal had that one really with 11
especially
to go.
as they're limping to defeat, probably.
They're getting absolutely hammered
against the mighty Italians.
Italy are 68 for none after 6 overs, chasing 124. I mean, they're halfway there. I mean, they need about 4 and over now. I mean, much as we discussed, Italy are full of basically international rejects. I mean, JJ Smuts, who I remember seeing playing for South Africa, I can remember him playing for South Africa 3 or 4 years ago, is now playing for Italy. Apparently via his girlfriend's grandmother or something? Wife's grandmother? Did someone put that on a WhatsApp group?
His girlfriend's grandmother? That's not even a relative.
Well, exactly. I mean, it might be his wife's grandmother.
Wait, I think more likely. Well, I mean, let's just for a second be a little bit indulgent and talk about England. Are you not slightly... well, actually, it's not fair, because we didn't ask Nick. Enjoying it more or less than you expected, Nick?
I think enjoying it more than I expected to. I thought yesterday was a really good day with the super over between Afghanistan and South Africa, and then...
double super over.
And then a sort of upset of Windies beating England. I think, I like the big feel that it feels a bit more global, and I think we've maybe just got to slightly readjust our kind of focus. And you know, in the early stages of the Football World Cup, you get Brazil versus Azerbaijan, and no one expects it to be close, but you're kind of whetting the appetite. You're seeing what the teams are offering, and it's a bit of an amuse-bouche, isn't it, for the Super 8s, which I don't really agree with. I'm a big fan of quarterfinals, old school way, and games with jeopardy, but that's a different conversation.
I'm 100%.
Well, there will be games for jeopardy, won't there, when it comes to the Super 8s, because whoever wins the first game has only got to win one more, but then, you know, if you win one, lose one, and every team does that, then the last games all... and presumably the last games in each Super 8 will be played at the same time as well, won't they? Is that going to be how the way it works? I suppose you can't really fix it like you can football.
Yeah, I don't think they'll do that, Bear, because, you know, like the ICC have consistently put sort of profit over product or unfairness. So, I would be surprised if they are.
Yeah, I don't think it matters so much in cricket because, everyone, you either win or lose, don't you? But I mean, no one wants to lose, so... I mean, it could come down to everyone needs to win their last game in a group. You know, you win one, you lose one, everyone does that.
You either win or lose, or you have a Super 8.
Well, you've got 3 games in a Super 8, haven't you? So you could win one, lose one, and everyone could win one, lose one, and then basically everyone has, whoever wins their last games, it could all come down to run rate, blah, blah, blah. Although 2 teams go through, so if everyone's doing that, then 2 teams will have 2. The other 2 will only have 1 win, won't they? So,
but it could go back to England for a moment?
Yeah.
Just out of interest. Because, you know, limped through or scraped through against Sri Lanka, just as they did against
Sri Lanka. You mean Nepal?
Sorry, Nepal. I beg Nepal's pardon. Is spin our kryptonite? Against the West Indies, 6 wickets fell for 96 in 12 overs of spin, and we slumped on a turning slow pitch from 131 for 4 to 166, all out. It just feels like, you know, you could forgive scraping through against Nepal, but then against the West Indies, frankly, I guess they were relying on dew that never really did
materialised.
Well, right, here we are. Well, we're back. Nick's settling into his headphones.
Settling into my headphones, settling into my chair for what threatens to be a fairly uncomfortable chase if you are a Sri Lanka fan. The Premadasa Stadium is rocking, but it could go very quiet as New Zealand had a really strong end to their innings. Out of nowhere got themselves up to 168. Wow. So Sri Lanka will need to score 8.5 to win.
only came up in 16, the first ball of the 17th over, basically. Which means that they've slapped on 60 in the last 4.
Yeah.
Which is pretty good. And that partnership between McConkey and Mitchell Santner was 84 of 47 balls. So, and it just seemed to me they went back to pace, and they got clobbered.
Got absolutely clobbered, T. I said to you guys just off air now, it felt as though they realised they were on the cusp of a good performance and had to do something to fuck it right up. There were a flurry of full tosses. But if Sri Lanka are going to get close to chasing this opening pair is going to be crucial. Pathum Nissanka, who scored 100 the other night, and Kusal Mendis, who's been batting at 3 but has been promoted as Charith Asalanka comes into the side tonight. So the Nissanka-Mendis partnership, I'm going to be betting on the overs just to give them a little boost.
Yeah, you see, that's betting with the heart instead of the head. I'm going under. These two are opening.
And this car should drive very smoothly.
This guy's a bowling.
You could never trust a man with 2 first names. Matt Henry.
The other opener is
another keeper batsman snuck out of the country. One of the replacements in a Sri Lankan blazer.
Oh, that's a really good jingle, but I know that one gets ding.
As Matt Henry is in, and first ball, he's uprooted Pathum Nissanka's off middle stump. He's roaring it, nip back off the surface. It's a nightmare start for Sri Lanka. They're none for 1.
I got that one in just in time, eh? That was a great ball, though, wasn't it? Oh.
Look to jag a long way back off the surface.
He's outrageous.
You see, because, yeah.
It did, and it took pretty much the bail off middle stump. Matt Henry is roaring in delight, in catharsis. His military moustache is bristling. Pathum Nissanka is walking back with his tail between his legs. He has gone for a goldie. Is it a diamond when it's the first ball of an innings?
Diamond, isn't it?
Yeah, I believe so. So it's a gold wrapped in diamonds. Sanath Jayasuriya is already frowning. I think if you're a Sri Lanka fan, you're fearing this is only going one way.
I thought a diamond is if you're out without... What's the one where you're out without actually facing a ball? So you come in, you don't face a ball, and you run out.
I don't know, T, but I reckon that could be a platinum.
I don't know. A diamond duck I thought was the first ball of the innings, basically.
Well, okay. That's definitely what it is.
Is there not one for a first ball of a test match as well? Could that not be a diamond duck?
That's a diamond duck, yeah. Exactly.
So first ball of an innings might be something, what's between
Slightly
gold
different.
and diamond? Platinum?
Yeah, possibly. I don't know. Ask our social people, they might know.
Someone on the socials has got to know. Well,
on behalf of Bear, can you tell us what the first ball of an innings is?
I thought it was a diamond.
Diamond duck refers to 2 main concepts: a rare, highly unfortunate, often humorous type of dismissal in cricket, a specialised high-end or decorative rubber duck product. No, well, it won't be that, will it?
Is that what you asked ChatGPT?
I'm just asking ChatGPT, yes.
So Henry to Asalanka, it's wide of off stump. He flat bats it to cover. There's no run there.
Yeah, I was right. Thank you very much, ChatGPT. So, a diamond duck occurs when a batter is dismissed without facing a single legal delivery. Usually with a non-striker is run out.
Non-striker run out.
Yeah.
Or timed out, as Angelo Matthews was against Bangladesh, I think, in the last ODI World Cup.
Yeah, that was dodgy. That was fucking, what's his name, wasn't it?
Shakib,
yeah. With his dodgy nonsense.
It's back of a length this time from Henry, but Asalanka defends. So starts with 2 dots and a wicket. Yeah, Sanath looks really, really pissed off.
Not surprised, really.
Yeah, were en route to what looked like a regulation sort of victory, and the rails have come off in record time.
Oh, well. You were right. One of you was right. I think it was you, Nick. So, golden duck, we know that is first ball. It's a platinum duck or a royal duck.
Oh, royal duck, I quite like that. Short again from Henry. Asalanka doesn't show any intent. He just knocks it straight into the ground. So another dot ball. Sri Lanka yet to get off the mark. Lasith Malinga has his hands together in prayer.
I would say a royal duck sounds like something I get from a Chinese, but you know.
It does. Well, I'd agree. I was thinking the same thing. Yes.
You never ordered the platinum duck?
No.
Platinum duck or a royal duck is an opener dismissed on the first ball of the innings. So there we are. So
this time Asalanka does look to attack, but he only gets clean air. So it is another dot ball.
A Waden.
We're well on our way to a Waden. None for one after 0.5. Matt Henry is at Sri Lanka and they are not responding fantastically thus far.
Well, this is their tournament here. They've got to win.
It is. They're all knockouts for Sri Lanka now, and it looks like they could be on a very short flight home.
Well, yeah, do they actually fly?
Yeah, they take them up in the air and they just circle around a bit, just out of pure humiliation.
Or they just drop them out of the plane without parachutes if they don't get to the semi-final.
That's very much the North Korea approach.
Yeah.
And he does indeed tie the dots together, so it's a Waden for military Matt Henry. Sri Lanka are none for one after one.
Michael Crutchburn wants to remind you, Nick, to tell us a little bit about your book on Bumrah.
Oh, thanks, Michael. I will.
So do that as you're commentating. You get the chance. Wow, 3 gorillas in the studio at the same time doesn't happen very often, says Stephen Kelk. Oh, it does, Stephen. It does.
It's just we're
not as often as it should.
Well, I'm trying to crew for a World Cup where you got games every day and everyone's working pretty much. It's quite tricky.
Is it? Well, thank you, Bear, for acknowledging that.
Well, I'm here every day, Tone. So, you know.
Except Sundays.
Except Sundays, exactly. You'd have me in then if you could, except for I refuse.
Sol Me Pauls says, who here likes softball or Sil Timber Sports? New Zealand's Jack Jordan is 3-time World Trophy champ and this year's World Champion. Well, I don't know. That's exciting. Probably I'm looking around and none of the three of us are.
Softball? No.
Softball I used to play a lot. Definitely, I used to play softball.
So we've got off-spin from the other end. Off-spin from around the wicket is Luke McConchy to Cole McConchy.
Has a jingle that goes. We pulled him out earlier, didn't we? There he is.
This time, Kusal works it away into the leg side, and Sri Lanka are off the mark after 8 balls. So 1 for 1 is the score. I must admit, I'd never heard of Cole McConkey before about 2 hours ago.
Well, I didn't know much about him.
Well, we've got a jingle for him, so he must have played at some point, but I can't remember.
But he's caught my eye with the bat, and he's started well with the ball. Interesting, this angle, firing it in from wide round of the wicket. No turn just yet. As Asalanka gets the sweep out, that is going to be a much-needed boundary for Sri Lanka. 1 bouncing into the fence, so they're up and running 5 for 1.
I thought there was going to be the obligatory man at deep square leg there who was just going to snaffle that, but no.
Unless it's a pause Zimbabwe lad, in which case he'd drop it.
There's not one more for me. I must have 2 or 3. I need 4.
And as a much-needed break from this, as I was asked about Bumrah, yep, I've done a book. It's not quite an autobiography. It's more of an investigation into Bumrah with the excellent Indian journalist Ayush Butran. It should be coming out about October if the publisher doesn't hate it, as Cole McConchy, not Luke, finds a bit of turn and beats Asalanka's outside edge.
What are you investigating about him?
Just, all the usual shit there, how he bowls,
okay.
why he's got so injured, how he's come back. I guess a sort
What's
of...
his favourite colour?
His favourite colour, I believe, is India blue.
Right, okay. And what football teams does he support?
He is an ardent fan of the Blues, Chelsea.
Is he?
I'm making this shit up there.
I wish that was true, because they're shit.
This time Asalanka tries to sweep it so wide. He's very lucky to beat Mark Chapman at mid-on. It was a bit of car crash cricket. He tried to sweep it from almost off the strip, and it looped right up in the air. Mid-on running back couldn't get an outstretched hand to it. One hand came off the bat in the process. It was a really ugly shot. And it ends in 1 run. Did they come back for a second?
He's doing an impression of Prince Andrew.
He does look a bit.
He was
the back of
doing
his car.
Prince Andrew in the back of a cab.
That is an all-time photo, isn't it? A photo of him in the back.
Yeah,
of the
how
car.
many different memes have you got
Oh
from that?
my word! He looks absolutely terrified, doesn't he? It's like, what the fuck has just happened to me?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Is it true
Knit
his
son.
bowling action? Bumrah, not Prince Andrews. Oh, sorry, the former Prince Andrew, Mr. Mountbatten Windsor. I'll wait.
As Kusal Mendes slaps it straight to mid-off. So it will be a dot ball to finish the over. 6 from it. 6 for 1 is a score.
Actually, I'll ask you the question in the next over because I need to go back to my main duty. Mr. Crotchburn says, a gorilla sandwich. 2 fat slices buttressing a thin salami. Well, there we go then. Do you think, are we white bread or brown bread? I suppose we're white bread, really, aren't we? Right, Bear.
Yes.
Super chat. Hit me.
Hit you. I'd love to.
Super chat.
It's from Stephen Kalk. 2 fabulous euros. The ship with the pennies came in. Well, delighted, Stephen, and thank you for sharing some of them. It's much appreciated. Jay Grover. Hello, Jay. Earl of Sheffield says, I plan on being drunk, so it could be financially worthwhile, but I'm not sure what he's referring to.
As Matt Henry has got another wicket, Charitha Lanka came down the track, slapped it straight up in the air. It was taken by the man at mid-wicket. This is car crash for Sri Lanka. So they're 6 for 2.
Isn't it just? Sorry, cancel. Instant cut.
Bear's looking for a jingle. I was going to try and do one myself, but I won't. It was an off-cutter from Matt Henry.
That's a terrible shot.
It was
Another
really
one bites the dust. I think that is going to be out, Fred.
I believe it
Another
did
one
too.
bites
Because
the
he ended up
dust.
just basically coming off the flat face of the bat when I think he didn't even look like he attempted to roll the wrist.
It was so far from the middle of the bat. Matt Henry looking like cricket's Thierry Henry right now. Sri Lanka are in dire straits.
Matt Henry is a good bowler.
He is a good bowler.
And that will bring Pavan Ratnayake to the crease. He's looked positive so far this tournament, but he's riding the back of a golden duck, so he'll want to get himself going. Sri Lanka will want to get themselves into double figures. They've faced 13 balls, they've scored 6, and they've lost 2 wickets.
It is Ratnayake. What? I've got the wrong fucking thing in here, I swear. Where's he gone?
But then, if you haven't got old Milan, the wrong Ratnayake again. We had this conversation last time Sri Lanka played.
I've got Pavan.
Yeah, that's
Pavan,
the one,
that's
Bear.
your man. That's the fella. What's he doing?
Not sure what he's up to.
It's all going on.
It is all going on. Pavan Ratnayake is...
Oh, look how far out of his crease he is.
Yeah,
as well.
and he's holding the bat incredibly low. He pushes at that. It beats the outside edge. Tim Seifert behind the stumps loves it, but it hasn't taken an edge. It is almost inevitably at this stage another dot ball. So Matt Henry has delivered 8 balls. He's taken 2 wickets and he's yet to concede a run.
Yeah, he's bowled beautifully.
Yeah, he really
But he's
likes
not
these
express,
conditions,
is he?
No, he never has been.
No.
But over the last couple of years, he's really got line and length and a little bit of nibble going. He used to be pretty quick when he was younger. I think he had back problems, didn't he?
I mean,
he did.
Pavan Ratnayake is holding the bat like he's playing corridor cricket. He rocks back really deep in his crease. It hits him on the stomach. He tries to go for a single. There isn't one there, so he turns back. I don't know what to say about this, really.
Think
Fast
of
losing
England
the will to
yesterday.
live.
Where's your Harry Brook when you need him?
Where is your Harry Brook? Well, I'd say it's Patham Nissanka, who's already back in the
Well,
pavilion.
unfortunately, yes.
Yeah, unfortunately, you're probably
Because England
right.
lost 3. You know, they say what
3 in the
80
power play.
Yeah.
3 in the power play. About 80% of the time you're going to lose, but England lost 3 in the power play, and look what happened.
Well, that's the glimmer of hope I needed, T. This time yesterday, Shaheen Shah Afridi was running through England. So it can all change. Who's to
And it was
say?
a similar score.
It was indeed. Who's to say there's no ebb and flow in T20 cricket?
You just need someone to get that 100, that's all.
As we see Matt Henry, what he's sent down so far, nothing really out of the ordinary, just everything 135. But Sri Lanka shitting the bed.
Clearly.
What's got you gasping over there, T?
All sorts of things are making me laugh, actually. I don't quite know where to start. There's just loads of chuckleable messages.
Well, keep them coming. We need cheering up in here.
Well, we'll race through him at the end of the over.
As that one just rears up a bit, it gets off the splice of Pavan's bat. He turns it away behind square on the leg side, and they get back for 2. So the first runs off Matt Henry's bowling. He's now 2 for 2. Sri Lanka are 8 for 2. They're not getting up to 169 in a hurry.
They certainly don't look like they are, do they? Who batted number 3?
Charith Asalanka Bear. He might well be one and done though.
Well, yeah, true. Well, we are going to cover the other game, so.
As it's short from Henry. Ratnayaka plays that one really nicely. Just opens the face, turns it away to the man at deep third for a single. So, 2 consecutive scoring shots is a step in the right direction for Sri Lanka. Matt Henry needs 1 more wicket for 50 T20I wickets. I would have thought he'd have more than that at this stage of his career.
Yeah, you would have thought.
I guess he's played a lot less T20I cricket than he has ODI cricket.
Yeah, and tests, of course.
And you only get 4 overs.
That's true. How many can you take in 4 overs?
Not many, unless you have an extraordinarily good
24.
day.
24 if you had 2 teams to bowl at, 2.5 teams to bowl at. He finishes off with a dot. What else? Sri Lanka are 9 for 2 after 3.
Right, Nisanka's dining at one of San Francisco's Go Duck Yourself, which is a great name for a chain of restaurants. That's from Carl Herbert. Tim Wilton Davis says, the Gorillas have brought the good weather with them today. Yes, we have. Greystoke 666 says, there are 3 statues in the Abu Simbel temple in Egypt when the sunlight only hits them twice a year. This commentary team is reminiscent of that. Well, yes, fair enough. Instead of formerly known as, I've been referring to him, i.e. Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, as Forever Mummy's favourite. Whatever he does, thank God she's not seeing the worst of it. Nick's bathed in light like a pharaoh in between his 2 gorillas, says John Gorman. There you are. We probably like the statues, like the lions around Nelson's column. Is that me and Bear? Well, obviously, except they'd be bears around Nelson's column.
As it will be Cole McConchy, apparently. That sounds sort of vaguely rude.
Conchies in the First World War, Wars, and the Second, I think, were conscientious objections.
Oh, of course they were, T. Right, you are. He starts with a dot. As I am really bathed in sunlight, almost so much that I'm about to disappear.
Oh, on that screen, yeah. I don't know about on the other one.
But I've vanished, which maybe some people might be happy about. Oh no, I'm glowing over there. Look at me, a rose between 2 thorns.
Actually, it looks like you genuinely have a spotlight. And Bear and I are being deliberately sort of shoved into the background.
As it should be.
As you bathe in the glory of being centre stage.
So I steal the spotlight away from
God's
the pair
light
of
is
you.
shining on you.
Little bit shorter from McConchy this time, but it's another dot ball. Kussel tries to work it square, but can't get much on it. I don't quite know how you approach this if you're Kussel Mendis. You feel they need to get going with a boundary, but another wicket would be car crash. That's another dot ball. So we've got 10 runs off the first 22 deliveries.
Trouble, one says.
Real trouble, and you just can't see a way out of it right now. Short from McConchy. This time Kussel works it away more successfully square, but it will just be 1.
I think you can catch up from this, even from this situation. You can't afford to lose a wicket. You just need to rotate the strike a little bit. People feel comfortable out in the middle, and then suddenly 1 or 2 shots, and hopefully something pings on one batsman, and he goes berserker.
Yeah, we got the camera on Lockie Ferguson, and you think that some express pace might play into Sri Lanka's hands as Pavan gets down, tries to sweep, but it's straight to the man at the 45. So another good over for New Zealand, just 2 from it. Sri Lanka 11 for 2 after 4.
Well, Eric J is suggesting burn some incense. Well, we haven't got burning incense. What we do have, though, is Bear's vape.
Yeah,
which is causing a swirl.
Lovely bubbling vape in my right ear.
Settle down, says Hughes. I don't quite know why. It's not sunlight, it's his aura, says Tim Wilton Davis. There you go.
It is indeed.
Nick is flanked by his 2 enforcers, apparently. It's one way to look at it.
I'm wearing a white T-shirt today. I don't
Tim
know.
Wilton Davis says, flanked by the Cray twins. Right, okay. Sock me Pauls. I thought he had a Leslie Nielsen condom on. I don't know what that refers to either. Nick annexed in a pincer movement, says Tim.
Oh, very good. Mitchell Santner is going to start. He's around the wicket to Kusal Mendes. It's full and it's straight and it's pushed to the man at long off, Daryl Mitchell, for a comfortable single.
Well, we could be the two bombers.
The two bombers.
And you're coming out the sun. You're the Spitfire or the ME-109 coming at us out the sun. We wouldn't see you coming.
Kusal Mendes can do this, can't he?
He can. I mean, he's the best player of spin in this side, I'd say, and he really can go. So if he can hang around, you do never know. This time Pavan's down the track. It's going to be just one again to Daryl Mitchell.
Super chat there when you get a chance.
They have scored so few, though, that the run rate's starting to climb.
Yeah, it is.
Super chat, yeah. Super chat, yeah. Super chat, gain. Super chat, gain.
Do I have time? Looks like I might have. It's from the fabulous Brian in Brisbane. An idea to raise GC funds. Set a donation figure for a masked mystery GC guest commentator.
Love it. As this time Kusal rocks back, tries to cut, but he can't beat the man at point.
And a figure if the guest wants their face shown. So you have to guess who it is. But you only, you put a figure before they will unmask themselves.
I like it.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, in a gorilla mask.
Yeah.
As this time, Kusal sweeps, and it is going to be the rarest, the almost extinct boundary. Who would have thought it? Sri Lanka have a 4.
I mean, the only problem is our regular YouTube viewers
will
kind of spot our show. It's
Clock
like
for voice.
if somebody shuffles up, sits down with a mask on, carrying a big pillow with a picture of Samantha Fox on, you're probably going to guess it might be Hendo, for example.
This time it's really slow from Santner, flighted outside the off stump. Kusal doesn't get it at all, but he gets away with it. I would say it's got to be a guest commentator who hasn't been on air before,
Yeah.
right, T? So,
A guest celebrity.
yes, Nasser Hussain, but with a less famous voice.
Yeah, well, a lot of people would argue just leave the mask on for the benefit of the viewers, but there we go.
As this time Kusal rocks back, slaps it straight to the man at point, so 2 dots T in the over. Sri Lanka 17 for 2 after 5.
Oh, we're due a change.
We are indeed.
Who's reading social media? Because there's some absolute belters coming up.
I think it might be me. Oh, Dave Donuts is suggesting that I'm flanked by Pinky and Perky. No longer, they have gone on strike. Ricardo Sterling, great name, is saying Windies will win the World Cup. Tim Wilton Davies says the masked dancer / commentator. SOK MI Paul says Naked Gun. These old statues ain't seen Naked Gun. Eric is asking which one is Perky. T, do you want to answer that one?
No.
And John O'Gorman is saying Bandits at 4 o'clock. I don't know what that means.
That's the reference to you coming at us out the sun.
Oh, very nice.
Angels 1-5, Bandits at 5 o'clock. So silly blighter Dickie Birdie landed in the chocolate soup. Right, Ferguson, in he comes. We are going to get a bit of pace. It is our Lockie, not my Lockie, but a Lockie in the shape of Ferguson. And his first ball is pushed into the offside, but for no run by Rathnayaka.
Tony, so I thought New Zealand would collapse. So shall I now call for an unlikely Sri Lanka collapse? And maybe they'll win.
Yes.
Go on and no.
I think that's what
All
both
out
Bennett
91.
and Nick would prefer. I'll jingle up the Lockster
90.
after this ball, and it's defended on the back foot. Rose up at him, spat up at him a bit, and Rathnayaka has to defend. So 2 dot balls to start for Lockie Ferguson. Here he is.
A piece of violent dates. He's bowling. See him aiming at your head.
Ooh, that that's an interesting combination. It was almost like Gregorian chanting meets grindcore, as that one is tickled round the corner.
It wasn't particularly pleasant. Let's just put it this way.
And they do get a single. So it was a leg by, in fact. Well, it didn't come off the bat. But right now, an Indo, I think Sri Lanka are going to take him in any shape they come in, aren't they?
Absolutely. And, I'm all for Sri Lanka win. You know how much I love the Kiwis.
Well, I don't know why you'd have something, but yes, I do know you have a thing about them, but I don't quite know why. Ferguson, that really hurries up Kusal Mendes, who all he can do is drop the ball into the ground. So we've been saying pace is not the answer. If you direct it like that, an Endo, it can be the answer.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Left him no room to play any shot at all.
I mean, the paces on both sides have bowled well, if you really think about it, right?
Sri Lanka did rather let it go in the
in the end.
Those last 4 or 5 overs.
Last few overs,
they were only on.
They just lost the plot.
They were 100 for 6 after 16.1 overs.
This was Sri Lanka's game to lose.
Wicket. They take a single. So the run rate required is 10.5. The current run rate in a power play, an Indo, is 3.25. I mean, that is some way south of requirements, to be honest. 19.
You know what that reminds me? The 2022 World Cup, KL Rahul and Virat Kohli batting in the power play.
Well, Ferguson's going to be in to Rathnayaka, who steps back. He's just going to get one. It's to short cover. He'll keep the strike. And after 6 overs, it's 24-2. Yes, it means they've got 20 runs in the whole of the power play, which is miserable.
It is an absolute disaster, and the socials have dried up in commiseration. Sutahu is saying Tim and a few half movies.
They're speechless.
They're speechless, aren't we all? Yankee 7000 is saying, wouldn't it be 12 o'clock? He is sitting straight at us. Good point. Tim saying sun over the yard arm, and SOK on my pools adds a lol.
Lol. Very good. We like a good lol.
We do like a good lol. Not many from me at the moment.
Wasn't that the famous message to Moeen Ali from Ben Stokes? Ashes, lol. And he did. And a very good Ashes it was too. That was the 23 Ashes.
Yeah, apart from he ripped his spinning finger, didn't he?
He did. Well, that's because he hadn't bowled.
Because he hadn't bowled for about 2 years.
With a red ball, he hadn't bowled anything more than 4 over spells for ages and ages.
And then he ended up batting 3, the false 3, as it were.
He did. They tried all sorts of things with him. Yeah, I mean, New Zealand were 44 for 2 off their power play. They were 100 after 16.1 overs, and then that partnership of 84 between we didn't know much about him, Cole McConkey, but him and Mitchell Santner put on 84 of 47 balls to get Sri Lanka up to 168, was it?
168 indeed, too.
Yeah, which is a fabulous effort.
Well, they would have defended 68 at this rate.
Yeah. What was the name of the Zimbabwe fielder who dropped the 2 catches and then came in and got a golden duck on the same day? It was like the worst day at the office in cricket ever. What was it? Sorry, Bear? McKenwie? Something like that, but I'm not quite.
Musa Kenway?
Musa Kenway, yes. Musa Kenway. And who was it he dropped twice, who made all those?
And Sutahu's asking, what have been the comparison PP scores, power play scores in Colombo?
Don't look at me. I don't know, I've got to be honest.
I'm not too sure either. I would say New Zealand was fairly high.
Most of them were higher than 20.
I would say so, T. That's it.
I beg your pardon. 24-2, not even 22 for 2, 24-2 after the power play. 149 runs needed off 84 balls. Well, that's very doable, as we found out from England yesterday. We remember did lose 3 wickets in the power play. But for now, spin into the attack with Mitchell Santner. Slow, gentle, he perambulates in. and it's just dabbed down to backward point.
Not sure Mitchell Santner has ever heard anyone say that he perambulates.
Well, he does. Look, watch, it's a real sort of gentle. Here he comes. I can barely be asked to turn my arm over. Oh, that's a shocking piece of misfielding. It should have been a dot ball.
That was like me fielding.
I've got a feeling it was the Leicester's. Who was it?
Yeah, I think it was Matt Henry.
No, it wasn't Matt Henry. Was it Finn Allen? He I don't know what he was doing. He got himself in a complete tangle and ended up being nutmegged by the ball, courtesy of his ankle. It was a complete mess, and it got a single for Sri Lanka. That's thrown up by the languid Santner. Sharp bit of fielding there.
Santner seems to be all arms and legs just as he delivers the ball, right?
Yeah, it's slow, sort of slightly cumbersome.
And he gets tangled in there, see?
And he comes on to the back foot, goes Kusal Mendes. Is it Mendes or Pereira?
Mendes.
I thought it was. I said Kusal Mendes. I was pretty sure it was.
Is it
cut to point, no run?
Do you reckon that Santner looks like that just because he's keeping his right hand very still and his entire movement on delivery is his left arm?
Well, let's have a look. It is, you're right. Although, no, he swings his right arm backwards as that one's cut again, but it's cut to cover. They'll just jog a single. At some point in the not too distant future, these two are going to have to stop tickling singles here and there and try and get after somebody. You would think they've done their homework in Indo and figured out who they might want to get after, but it doesn't seem to be Santner, who is in.
There's very few teams who go after Santner, to be honest.
Going to be fielded by Finn Allen at backward point, and it's the end of the 7th over, and they've added a massive 3 to the 20 that they had at the end of the power play. 23 for 2 after 7, Nick.
Dan is saying it's safe to conclude that SL is sleeping on the job. That seems about right. Hooves is saying, hey, game not over.
Well, I think we can safely say that. Right, here's a fellow we haven't seen for a while, who did have a wonderful jingle. I hope but I don't know if it was one that gets us dinged, and so he may not have. Let's see if I can find him. I bet he's not here. Oh yes, here he is. It is a different one. It's Ish Sodhi, not the original, which was I can't remember who it was by. As that's turned to leg, they take a single. Sodhi.
Oh, Zombie. Who is it? The Cranberries.
Yeah, the Cranberries. Yeah, but we don't play that one anymore for reasons you will now be very familiar with.
I'd quite like a That'll Get Us Ding jingle.
Yeah, that's a good idea. And that one's just defended off the back foot. It would be ironic, wouldn't it, if Mog did us a That'll Get Us Ding jingle, based it on something which would actually
that
get us
got us dinged. Very good.
There we go. 24 for 2. Good old win predictor. The lads in the pub have been busy, and they reckon it's 84% in favour of New Zealand. Sorry, that's cut to back point. They take a single. How many balls in the last 2 overs have been played off the back foot, cut to point or backward point? I reckon
for a single, yeah.
About or for no run. Yeah. I reckon probably
everything,
almost all of them.
Yeah, 80% of it probably.
Right, Rathnayaka is going to face Ish. This is a leg break.
Just to prove us wrong.
Just to prove us wrong. Having said that, and quite rightly says it's pushed out to mid wicket. The result, though, is still another single. So
watching Sri Lanka bat, someone was saying Rahul Dravid should become the New Zealand coach.
Yes.
I'll continue after this.
In comes Ish Sodhi. There, onto the back foot.
Right on cue.
Backward point. It's a no run.
Watching Sri Lanka bat, one would assume that they already had Sunil Gavaskar as their coach. If you remember his 36 runs of 60 overs in the Prudential World Cup.
Where is Ish Sodhi? He's 33 now, is Ish Sodhi. He's bowling pretty well here. That's a leg break just gives enough room and height and width that this one will get probably 2. No, they wouldn't have only come back for 1, I think.
Unbelievable. 27 for 2.
27 for 2. That over's gone for a massive 4. And that may not sound like much, but in the context of this extraordinarily slow Sri Lanka innings, it's actually not bad. 27 for 2 after 8. Yes, you heard that right.
Dan is saying SL going to lose this one. I reckon so. Andrew Cook thought the Sodhi jingle started like the Adam West Batman theme. Shining Knight reckons they're waiting for the ball to get old and capitalised. John says Zombie was a haunting performance by Dolores O'Cranberry. Hoof says SL lose wickets. Greystoke saying, Nick, please pass on the above post to an India. Is that the SL lose wickets? I'm not sure. Gavaskar didn't lose his wicket, did he? So they could learn from that. Hoof says slow runs. Clifford says SL is reverting to 1970s.
To the left arm. Oh, has he got back? I don't think he has.
He has not.
Turned away from Kusal Mendis. The bails were whipped off in rapid order, and I rather think that he's a goner. In fact, he's walking. So, well, they're going to have a look, the umpires. But I don't think Kusal Pereira's got any doubt. He's got his gloves off, his bat under his arm, and he's not stopping to find out. Be funny if they went, actually, you got your foot down, mate. But I really don't think there's any chance.
No, he was way out.
Always, well, you know, he's got his foot above the crease.
In the air.
He's almost done the splits trying to get back.
He has. Crikey, look at that. Although
he's not on the.
You're looking at 2 different angles.
But the front one is braced.
Yes. I was going to say, all of a sudden he must have become about 9 foot tall and have got one leg on backwards. But there we go. It's 27 for 3. He was closer than we thought. Sharp work from Tim Seifert. What a start to Ravindra. He's bowled 1 ball and he's got himself a wicket off the very first one. And Mendis has gone for a painfully slow 11 off 22. But a bit like Jason's buses on his way to the studio, that always come in pairs. The same is true of Mendis's or Mendai, because we may have lost Kusal and we now have Kamindu. So it's going to be Kamindu Mendis to face Ravindra, who's just taken a wicket off the very first ball of his spell. In at number 5, Mendis of the Kamindu variety. And he's got to do something to help Sri Lanka out here, because they're in dire straits. Well, that's a horrible ball, and that will get not only a wide down leg side, I think, yes, just 1 wide.
What were you expecting them to give that 2 wides because it was so wide?
No, I'm not sure. I don't know. I was thinking as to about what I was going to say, which is unusual, some would argue. Thrown up wide. Oh no! Surely that's a replay.
No,
it's not a replay. Blow me down! I don't believe it. Rathnayaka has gone exactly the same way as the first of the Mendes. Because it's an identical ball. It was thrown up. It turned
91 all out.
It returned.
I might have been optimistic.
Rathnayaka this time doing his world famous impression of an action replay of the previous dismissal. Possibly slightly wider, but equally sharp work from Tim Seifert. This time we're not going to have to look at the split of the legs shot, because he's 2 feet out of his crease in Indo.
Yep.
Easy. Well, I
don't know why he bothered to get his bat back in after Seifert had almost walked past him after stumping him.
Well, he's gone, so I might as well, the way things are going, I might as well just leave these gone for it. Was he gone for a duck? I'd imagine it was a duck, wasn't it? No, 10. He's gone for 10, Rathnayaka.
10.
A massive 10, that's 30% of the runs, 30% of the runs scored.
Another one bites the dust. I think that is going to be out, Fred. Another one bites the dust.
So next 9-pin in for Sri Lanka.
So is this
That's
going to be a
Shanaka.
hat trick if he takes a run? If he takes a wicket now?
I don't think
Could
so.
be. No, there's a wide in between.
Yes. Well, hang on. It's
Well,
now
it's
an
a moot
academic
question
question.
now.
or
Yeah.
moot.
It would have been a hat trick.
Okay, that's really interesting. I don't know the answer. I would argue technically, possibly, morally, certainly shouldn't be, because if you bowled a wide in between, you bowled a shitty ball in the middle of your hat trick. How can that be a hat trick?
Certainly
That's
not a
driven,
moral hat trick.
Not a moral hat trick, indeed not. Driven by Shanaka, so he's got himself off the mark with a
I
single.
mean, not even if it
down.
was England, it wouldn't be a moral. That wouldn't be cause for a moral victory.
Especially not.
I don't think. I mean, yes, you can have a hat. So if you
I'm just kidding. I don't think that's going to be.
if you bowl two, if you get two wickets at the
If
end
it was a
of
no
one
ball
over,
in between, yes.
and then you come back at the end of your next over and your first ball is one, as Toby Rowland-Jones famously did against Yorkshire in 2016, then that is a legitimate hat trick. But if you've chucked a wide in, I don't think it possibly can be. That's gone up in the air, but it's dropped and bounced and will trickle its way down to fine leg. It just evades the dive of Matt Henry, and it's the rarest of creatures in this innings. One of these.
2 plus 2 is on man. 2 plus 2 is on man.
But also, as both the wickets were stumped, the wide could have been a wicket as well, right?
Yes,
This is true.
this is true.
It gets complicated now.
Oh, well, now you're throwing an extra wrinkle into a debate I thought we'd come to a comfortable conclusion on. It's still a wide.
But that
is a wide.
supports you. Clearly
It's
no-
a ball
clearly no
that
hat
has
trick.
been bowled. It's a ball that has given us, mind you, I suppose a no ball gives you a score. That one goes down leg. Out go the arms of, who's that umpire? Is that Aladdin Palakar or is that Mr. Yaqub? I think that's Mr. Yaqub. There's a lady, there's a Sri Lankan lady in the crowd, and you're just seeing her going, I don't know whether it's in Sinhalese or not. No! That's pushed into the onside by Kamindu.
Okay,
Single.
so technically it is a hat trick.
Is it? That's
Yes.
wrong. It's utterly, totally,
Because
ridiculously
the
wrong.
white ball doesn't count. That was my logic. That the white ball doesn't count as a legitimate delivery. So then you have 3 successive legitimate deliveries.
Well, in this case, the law is an ass, because that is utter, utter tosh and ridiculous and no logic to it at all.
But the legal deliveries, that's the rule. I mean,
Well, a wide's not a legal delivery, is it?
no, it's not exactly. So you have 3. So it's 3 successive legal deliveries. So
Well,
you have
okay.
1 illegal delivery in between. So which means the fourth
okay,
becomes-
let's extend that argument. It's 36 for 4, by the way, after 9, and we should be reading some socials. But I could take 2 wickets in 2 balls. I could then bowl 12 no balls, and then take another wicket, and everyone
That's
go,
correct. That would
brilliant,
still be a
Tone,
hat
what a
trick.
great hat trick. Nonsense.
Absurd. The world's gone mad.
Absurd. Absolutely absurd.
Technically
Here's
not.
Sodhi. It's quite a long run up for a leggy. And he's pulled out towards, well, really a bit straighter, I think, than Shanaka was thinking. We're watching those dismissals again.
Every time I see Ish Sodhi taking his run up, I can't help thinking he's trying to figure out what he's going to bowl when he gets there.
You may well be right. He was born in India, of course, Ish Sodhi, wasn't he? He was due to play
Indian
against
origin, I
Pakistan.
don't
That would have been his only game of this tournament, but of course it wasn't. And that one is thumped on the full and down to, is that Lockie Ferguson, who completely loses it. So they will take a single. The other thing I learnt that I didn't really realise, or possibly subconsciously knew but never thought about, if you have a toss, you are then recorded in your match figures, even though it shows you as a game you played in. Whereas if a game's abandoned without a toss, it doesn't appear in your playing record. That's
Sorry,
pulled
I'm
away,
lost.
down.
What was that?
Down. Well, that's hauled backward a square for 4 runs, and a highly valuable runs too for Sri Lanka.
4
on the
Reverse
floor.
swept, actually.
And one more four than the four, the four. That's what
Comindu.
fours are for. To get funky on the dance floor.
Clever reverse sweep.
And I'm being berated here in the meanwhile for my social games
Fire him.
dropping by
Go on.
Greystoke. He's saying he's trying to help Aninda's book out, Greystoke, but I've missed the original comments, so post it again for me. Give me a
Sony,
hand.
that's upish and just short of backward point by about 6 inches.
Well, go to any Amazon site and type "We Are the Invincibles" and you'll find the book. And for every book, I donate $1 to the Cricket Victoria Foundation, taking care of underprivileged kids learning cricket, including deaf and blind kids and women.
Fantastic. That's do it. Go to Amazon. That's all you got to do. We Are the Invincibles. Helping a great cause. That one is just nudged away to mid-off. They take a single. Sri Lanka need 125 now with that single from 61 balls. Ooh, this is the last ball of our spell, Nick.
It is indeed.
It's gone flying.
It has gone
I think
flying.
it must have been that debate about the lunacy of the of the hat-trick rule.
Well, I think it's really dragged, so clearly time is subjective.
Well, that's pulled by Comindu Mendes. There's a man in the deep though, and it will only be a single. It means that 124 needed off 60. Sri Lanka have limped for 10 overs and have got themselves to 45 for 4, having been 20 for 2 in the power play. That's pretty poor. And I'm going to love you and leave you. Do you want to do some final
I'll
messages?
do a few final socials. Shining Knight is saying what's going on with Sri Lanka. Feel bad for the team and the fans. The team, don't feel bad for them. They're the ones pulling this shit. Farong is saying a bare blowout, so it appears. Dan is reminding us that West Indies women are playing Sri Lanka in ODIs. That's probably more entertaining than this. SL Sitch went from dire to pretty fucking shite. Sutahu is saying, Tony, even more mad, you can bowl 3 wides, get stumpings off each, and then have a hat-trick of wickets without having bowled technically. I'm off. Bears here. Enjoy.
Oh, now.
Hello there.
Hello, Bennett.
Right.
Hello.
Hello.
It's me, ball by ball, right?
Yes.
Yes, indeed. Greetings, everybody. Welcome, Bear. Hello, Bill.
Hello. You just missed that ball.
Oh, yes, I did indeed.
Ooh.
Short delivery. Comindu Mendes looking to pull, not getting anywhere near where he intended. This one squeezed away towards the short fine leg area. The batters scrambled through for a quick single. Sri Lanka all at sea, 46 for 4. Bear?
They're fucking it up royally, aren't they, Bennett? There's one way
Unbelievable.
of putting it.
Unbelievable, shocking. And having had New Zealand, the Kiwis, at 84 for 6 in the 13th over, Sri Lanka once again had it just continues. The procession continues. Short ball from Ravindra and Shanaka on the back foot, trying to hit this over cover, getting a top outside edge, and the ball balloons to the short third man fielder there, the easiest of catches. And Sri Lanka in all kinds of trouble in the 11th over. Ravindra taking his 3rd wicket, 46 for 5.
Well, I'm going to play one of these more positive dismissals sent by Mog. Let's have a look what they're like.
You're out, but there's no shame you can carry. Every time you're out, they will matter. But hold your head up, you're playing for your country.
Okay. This is dreadful by Sri Lanka. This is basically they're out now. Can't get through.
Only a miracle can get them through. Don't forget, New Zealand were 84 for 6.
They were.
For all this drama happened.
Well, exactly. They were 84 for 6. And these are 46 for 5. They're still 40 runs behind that. Yeah, with 2 overs to go to get there, to be fair. But, yeah.
Exactly. Will, with your thoughts, Will?
Oh, what are my thoughts? I think Ravindra is stupidly good at anything, like everything. Like, he's one of those very irritating kids that gets straight A's, plays like football for some like county team or whatever, and gets all the girls.
And the funny part is he may even be able to keep wickets.
It might well be. But, you know, I mean, to be fair, those 2 stumpings, I mean, giving wickets away like that, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, Pawan Ratnayaka was out first ball in the previous game in that battle. Oh, beautiful delivery on middle
very
and
nice.
leg. Nice turn. He's getting the grips of the pitch and the flight there in terms of the loop and slow, steady. And Shanaka was the last hope for Sri Lanka. He's capable of having some good hits, and he was out. Skipper not able to do much. Sri Lanka lost 5 wickets quicker this one. Hemant on the back foot. He's capable with the bat. Not sure whether he can do much here as it's hit towards the deep mid-wicket area. And the bat go through for 1.
Against England, they were 35 for 5, weren't they, in the power play? So they've lasted longer, but they've not scored many more runs and still lost the same amount of wickets. The new batsman is this man.
To shine Hemantha, you saw that you could turn a ball, you liar.
Ravindra Bose, this one's a good turn from left arm round the wicket, and this one's pushed back to the bowler. No chance of run. End of over number 11. Sri Lanka perilously placed at 47 for 5. What have you got, Bear?
Oh, yeah, it's me.
I'll do it, Bear. It's all right. You're more interesting than me anyway.
Up to you, Will.
Right. Eric J says, yes, you can, Cole, but I won't bore anyone further. Who says, now feeling happy. Greystoke says, Nick skipped my message 3 times and asked for it again. Skipped it again. Sorry, Ninda. I tried my hardest to help you book. Go and buy a Ninda's book. It's good, and all of the money,
goes to a charity.
Goes to charity.
There you go. Well, not all of it, about £1 or $1 off each one does.
But if you buy it at the moment, it's 99p anyway, so all of it does.
Sorry, where's McConkey? This one's clobbered away towards long on, but straight to the fielder. No chance of a run. Sorry, just the 1 run there. Required run rate 13.7 back.
Yeah, what I was going to say, Bennett, what's your thoughts? You're of Sri Lankan origin. This must be painful.
Very painful. I mean, losing is one thing, but losing from very good positions like Sri Lanka was when England played, they got them off to, like a good score, which they could have got. The batting has looked really bad, just depending on Path of Nisaka for everything. Short, outside the off stump, slapped away towards the cover point area. The batters go through for a single, 49 for 5. Yes, I mean, that's what's painful for me. Because I don't know where it's all gone wrong. The batters seem to be failing again and again.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is it. I guess the sides that have continued. I mean, you look at England. Who scored? Will Jackson scored runs. Hold on. Oh dear.
Oh, this one's slower, and he didn't pick that one, but he lofted a shot over the bowler's head, and the batters go through for 150 for 5. Go on, Bear.
Oh, well, I was going to say with England, at least Tom Banton scored some runs. Sam Curran scored some runs. Even Phil Salt scored some runs. Harry Brooks scored runs. The only person in the top 7 who hasn't scored any runs is Butler, right? Yeah, exactly.
Conky balls. This one's a reverse sweep by Kamindu Mendes. A good-looking shot in no man's land there. He picked that up and placed it towards for the left-hander, where be a deep third-man area for a welcome boundary for Sri Lanka. 54 for 5.
Well, it's a 4 for a boundary, but it's a rope. The bowler don't like it, but it had to go.
Sri Lanka held back Dunit Velalage just to make sure it's left-hand, right-hand combination. He's a capable bat. If Dushan Hemantha can stay there and Kamindu Mendes can play a few of those, they might get closer, at least to bring some respectability there.
Well, yeah, I mean, you've got to give yourself a chance in the last 2 or 3, haven't you? I mean, they've got to be within 40, 50 runs realistically, and that's a really outside shot.
Indeed. This one's outside the off stump, and Kamindu Mendes looking to glide this one. He didn't get a touch, although Tim Seifert made it look a little bit dramatic there with throwing up the ball in the air. But Sri Lanka, with this loss, are almost certainly out of this of the next stage of this tournament. Again, this is McConkey way outside the off stump. This time the umpire is deciding to call it a wide.
No, almost certainly they are out, because England have got 4 points, and if they lose to New Zealand will have 3. They can only get 2 by beating Pakistan, can't they? So
exactly, this one's outside the off stump, but deliberately played towards the third man area. And another boundary in that over for Kamindu Mendes, a thick outside edge that flies towards where the slip could have been. And second boundary of the over. Over number 12 gone, 59 for 5. What have you got, Will?
Colin's just saying how to get Enid's book. So basically, go to Amazon and type in "We Are the Invincibles," and that will come up. And then Robert Wilford Paul says it certainly looks as if Sri Lanka will not make 100. Very poor performance from one of the hosts. I think they've been great value this tournament, though.
They have been until this point, though. Do you think they got a bit scared, though, Bennett? You know, when it mattered.
The core balls. This was a good turn from middle of hold. The thought bear trying to reverse sweep, didn't get hold of that. Hemantha. Well, I think they're bowling. They were focusing more on the lack of losing 3 of their frontline bowlers, and in the process forgot what they do best. And Nisanka and Kusal Mendis were the best. Kusal Mendis looked woefully out of form in the last 2 games. And losing Pathum Nisanka early would have had an effect on him as well. Nisanka was the key, but you can't rely on one player all the time. And
no,
like
you certainly can't. I mean, you do need other people to do something. Oh, that's
floated, and
Darshan
Hemant, he hits this one hard and high into the sky, and not much legs on that. And Ravindra this time picks up his 4th wicket, and that goes nicely into the bucket hands of Daryl Mitchell, who's not going to drop any of those. Sri Lanka are in all kinds of trouble, and with the score 59, lose their 6th wicket.
Well, yeah.
Well, that's unlucky how you got out, but the bowler's really good, so it can't be helped.
And the thing is, Kusal Pereira, they played him in a game, and he looked really good in that game. He didn't look bad. But for some reason, he was dropped, and this Kamil Mishra was brought back in again. And this time, they've gone with Aslanka. But at least Aslanka can bowl a few overs, which was useful. But there's nothing in the reserves for them to call on. Janit Lienege is an all-rounder who is capable with the bat, but he's not been preferred. But look at the tables now. West Indies and South Africa won a game each, leading that table. India in all kinds of trouble. Their run rates minus 3.8. Zimbabwe almost certainly out unless a miracle happens. A keen tussle there between South Africa and India in that table. But in
that group, nothing's done until tomorrow, actually, because I mean, if India, India are playing Zimbabwe, aren't they? So Zimbabwe will effectively be out. Whoever loses that game is effectively out anyway. And then whoever loses the other game is going to be on the same points as India, but probably with a better net run rate.
But India, by virtue of such negative run rate, are at the risk of with the one game being called off. Was it the game? Oh, that was Pakistan New Zealand game, right? That was called off.
Yeah, I mean, presumably India would prefer. Go for it.
Short on the back foot, pushed into the mid-wicket area. And the new batter, Dulalagi, goes in for a single. Go on, Bear.
Well, I was going to say, presumably, actually, India would India lost to South Africa, didn't they? So they've got to play the West Indies. So they probably prefer South Africa to beat the West Indies.
Exactly.
And then if they beat them, they definitely go through because West Indies will be stuck on 2 points. And then expect South Africa to beat Zimbabwe. Ooh.
As Ravindra bowls on the back foot, pushed towards the square leg area, and the batters go through for a single. I really would like to see the back of India.
Who wouldn't like to see the back of India? Let's be honest, but I can't really see them losing. I can't see them losing to Zimbabwe.
But if West Indies and South Africa win,
but they can't. They're playing each other.
Yeah,
West Indies has to beat India to put India out, basically.
Exactly. Yes. If that happens, then India, by virtue of a really poor run rate, over pitch, driven by Balalagi nicely past the cover point fielder towards the boundary for another 4 runs to the score, and it moves up to 65 for 6.
4 on the floor, and 1 more 4 than the 4 before. That's what 4s are for, to get funky on the dance floor.
And India play West Indies last, don't they? So
indeed.
I mean,
I'd like to see West Indies, South Africa, England, and New Zealand in the finals. How about you, Bear?
Well, that's what it's looking like at the moment.
Oh, again, it probably just turned there from outside the off stump and turning viciously, passing the leg stump here. The umpire signals wide. Yes, do you reckon that's a possibility?
I do. I mean, West Indies, apart from the England game, haven't had a lot of opposition really in this tournament yet. It'd be interesting to see how they play against South Africa tomorrow.
On the back foot goes to Lalage, punch towards the mid-on area, and the batters go through for 1 at the end of over number 13. 67 for 6. Will.
Greystoke said Ravindra only needs to live in Oz for 6 months and he'd get in the team. I completely agree, but I doubt he'd do that because he's like a lad with a moral compass. And why would you play for Australia if you did have a moral compass?
You wouldn't play for Australia if you had a moral compass anyway, would you?
No.
Yeah, exactly.
But from point of view of sorry, Bill, go on. I thought you finished.
No, go on.
I was just thinking India and Australia were the favored sort of teams going in here. Both of these teams looking like they're going to go. South Africa, they're going to go out. At least Australia is out. South Africa looking dominant. I'd like to see West Indies play South Africa in the finals, Bear.
Well, they certainly could, couldn't they? Because they won't meet in the next stage of the World Cup through. Whoever's top will play second in our group, and vice versa. So all combinations. England. If New Zealand versus England looks like the game to figure out who's top of the group. Well, no, actually, Pakistan can still get through now. And that's the funny thing here because
of the draw, you see, because of the draw last weekend.
Well, exactly that. If England beat New Zealand and Pakistan beat Sri Lanka, they'll both be on 3 points. But it will be down to how much they beat them by.
Exactly. Change in bowling is Glenn Phillips, the ever-present Glenn Phillips, overpitched. Belaga looking to drive, goes into the covers, no chance of a run.
But this, of course, is actually doing New Zealand's net run rate and fantastic favour here,
exactly.
Isn't it?
But except for Sri Lanka and Zimbabwe at this stage, I think all the other 6 teams have a good chance of making it, if I may put it. On the back foot, slapped by Belalage towards the deep cover point, and the batters go through for a single. I mean, it's always the teams that comes from behind in these tournaments I've seen that generally do really well. I remember in 2023, it was Australia who almost scraped through into the semis, who went into the finals versus Australia and beat them.
Yeah.
So it was India and beat them. Yeah.
Well, exactly. I mean, it's often the way, as I've said a couple of times already. I mean, England, both times they've won it, they've got through the group stage on net run rate. So, you know.
Yeah. And England, I think, on paper, have the best side in the tournament. I don't know whether you agree with me or not. Hold that thought. Phillips comes, and this one, a good delivery on, middle and off. Coming the man is looking to play towards third man, no chance of a run.
From what I've seen, the best 3 teams here, I mean, if I was to pick the top 3 teams who are actually playing at the moment in this competition, I'd actually say it was South Africa, West Indies and England.
I agree. I totally agree. But I think England has the best team, provided that Butler and Salt fire at the top of the order. On the back foot, slash towards the deep cover point, and the batters go through for another easy single. 6-9 for 6.
Well, it was interesting, wasn't it? Yesterday they were, there's talk that maybe Will Jack should go to open and Butler drop down the order.
I don't think they should do that because Jackson's played a key role in that position.
Precisely. Well, that's my thinking. I don't think you should break it if it's busted, and we seem to be able to
Without
survive.
Jacks, we would have lost those 2 games, Oman and
well,
Nepal.
exactly. And would Butler be able to do the same thing?
Oh, it's much lighter and as bad as his humming sound and exclamation. Well, Lalage looking to play a reverse sweep. Just managed to get an edge there. It goes past the wicket keeper for a single. Well, Lalage on 8. And Sri Lanka plodding along, and Herculean-like task ahead of them. 69 for 6, 99 required off 37 balls. This is pushed again towards the mid-on area. The batters go through for a quick single. It's 71 for 6 off 14. We've got drinks. Let's go to the media section with Will, and we'll come back and have a chat there on the other side. Go on, Will.
So Suter, who says, "Oh no, you can't. He can't do that because you can only play for Australia after 6 months if you've not played other international cricket."
Yeah, it's probably
which I suppose is how. There's that girl that is from Tipperary who's playing for Australia at the moment. She's only lived in Australia for like a year or something. So there's that. I don't know.
Probably a really good hurley stick player or whatever that is.
Oh, she was shit hot at Camogie, yeah.
Exactly. So she hits a long ball probably, and they thought, oh, we can get her on a cricket field.
And she's a wicked bowler as well. It's and then Mike Rochburn says, if South Africa defeats West Indies, then India has a chance to get into the semi-finals, and that's it.
Yeah, well, that's it. That becomes a must-win game for both sides. It becomes a shootout essentially between India and the West Indies if South Africa beat the West Indies.
Before we go any further, in case you're tuned in and wondering what's going on, Sri Lanka are in all kinds of troubles, in a perilous position after winning the toss, inviting New Zealand to bat. New Zealand scored 168 for 7 after being 84 for 6. A rescue act towards the end by skipper Mitchell Santner and new boy Cole McConkey, and Dushmantha Chamira 3 for 38 and Mahesh Deekshita 3 for 30. Sri Lanka in return in all kinds of trouble, 71 for 6. The chief wrecker, surprisingly, Russian Ravindra, who was born into bowl, has picked up 4 for 19. And Sri Lanka needing 98 runs in 36 balls. Going back to our conversation about the teams then, England, in spite of the misfiring Butler, Salt to a less extent, they've always come to the party, haven't they? Sam Curran rescued them, Bill Jacks, and sorry, go on.
Well, that's been my point. When you look at teams that are going to win it or get through or do good stuff, exactly that, you have to have more members of the side firing, because it is T20, right? Phil Salt and Josh Butler, in normal circumstances, one of them might well get out early anyway. The other one might do as well. I mean, you've got to hit during a power play, right? You don't want to lose 3 wickets, but I think most sides will go, if they were 50 for 2 or 60 for 2 at the end of the power play, most sides would settle for that for the rest of the time. You just don't want to lose that third wicket.
Phil Salt, in the last game, he played an unsalt-like.
What do you mean it was unsalt-like? It was totally salt-like. He stood there, waved his bat at a ball that was outside his off stump, didn't move his fucking feet, his bat didn't come down straight, comes out at about 30 degrees, and he either hits it, or he gets an edge, or he spews it up in the air.
But at least in terms of his scoring rate, sorry, hold on there 1 second. This is the first ones by Santner, the new bowler, on this, after the drinks break, was down the leg side. It couldn't get anything on that. This one's outside the off stump. The second one, and he plays it towards the square leg area, and the batters do not take a run. So 71 for 6 as Santner, the skipper, left arm round the wicket. This one short, and Kamindu Mendes goes on the back foot and pulls this one towards the long on area, and the batters scramble through for the second one. Kamindu Mendes moving up to 27 of 20 required run rate, climbing up to 18 now. Santner must be a pleased skipper there.
Absolutely. I mean, as you say, again, after 13 overs, they looked like they were going to crash to a horrible defeat.
And the thing is, it's again like what we were talking about. It's in these games where somebody puts their hand up. It was the new boy McConkey and Santner, but Sri Lanka need a miracle. Somebody needs to put both their hands up, not one, maybe 2 or 3. This one's short. This one's pulled away again in the similar direction towards long on, between long on and mid-wicket area, and the batters come back for 2. 94 runs required off 32 balls.
Well, you're right. I mean, the fact is that when Masanka was out, it's like Sri Lanka didn't know what they were going to do.
Exactly. There's no plan B.
And that's terrible. You can't, as you say, you can't rely on one guy.
That's been the issue with the Sri Lankan batting. This one's, and there's a lot of pressure on him on a play like that. This one's overpitched, pushed nicely, tidily again past the bowler towards long on. He's placing the gaps and timing the ball sweetly, but can he do the miracle? The batters have enough time to come back for 2, but they need some lusty blows here, Bear. 2s and 3s are not going to work the course.
Well, 6 3s would do it and over, but you ain't going to get that, are you? You're
gonna be exhausted by then. But Santner bowls this one short, and Kamindu Mendes on the back foot, and he pulls this one straight into the throat of Glenn Phillips, looking to break free. And Glenn Phillips takes a rather easy catch, makes it look very complicated, but it was an easy one straight down his throat. And the misery continues for Sri Lanka as they lose their 7th wicket with the score on 77. That's also the end of the over.
Another one bites the dust. I think that is going to be out, Fred. Another one bites the dust.
I mean, there's not a lot he can do, really, is there? Though I mean, there's no need to play for net run rate now either, is there? I mean, this is going to make no difference for Sri Lanka. They might as well just hit out and see what happens.
And we're due for a change, and there's not much of a
change. Me and you are swapping places.
Yes, indeed, that's what it is. So, Bear, over to you.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a shame. I think you need to, you know, at the end of the day, when it gets to this point in a tournament, you've got to stand up, and you've got. The thing is that, you know, to a certain degree, this is where England's philosophy works. You've got to go into it without fear of losing, because at the end of the day, there's every chance of losing a T20. You can't look beyond the game. You've got to play the instant at the time and go, we're just going to see what happens. Which is why.
Sorry, but just a quick question. What do you think in terms of all this thing about Brooke and the off-field activities, Brendan McCullum? If England go ahead and win this, do you think they'll be forgiven and they'll just put it on?
Everyone forgets about shit. I mean, this is it. I don't know. You know, I mean, I've already forgotten about the Ashes. That was like last month, man. You know, it's like we get 4 years of build-up, get disappointed, and then move on. You know, what is it? There's always something around the corner, isn't there? I mean, this is a World Cup now, and we're all into the World Cup. And no one else cares about the Ashes. Well, some people care about the Ashes, but most people don't.
But the character that Brooks showed, in spite of the cloud lying on him, is amazing, isn't it?
Well, he's a bit of a brain-dead man, so maybe it doesn't get on top of him. That one's this is a good shot from Wellalago. He's gone right across his stump, slog swept that over backward square leg for 6. That's a great shot, but he needs an awful lot of those. One every 2 balls, really.
Indeed, Velag is capable of that. He's shown us in the past, gutty young cricketer. He's the future of Sri Lanka cricket. Can he do something to boost his reputation and his name, his brand name? At least bring Sri Lanka closer to that mammoth task at the moment.
17.79 ain't going to happen. Not with 3 wickets in hand.
Glorious answers of cricket, Bear. Can prevail, you never know.
Yeah. We don't see many things like that happen very often, do we? Phillips around the wickets to Wellalago, who just plays that out to deep backward point. They're going to come for 2.
Clever looking shot there. Clever looking shot. He placed it, and he knew the fielder was deep there. He placed it with soft hands and gave themselves a chance to come back for 2. He should farm the strike now.
Yeah, does Chimera bat at all?
He can hit the long ball. I'm not sure whether he can rotate or hang in there for long.
Well, they need hitting it long ball. New Zealand were 91 for 6 at this point. Sri Lanka 85 for 7. They're not too far behind, to be fair. However, that is cut down towards Ferguson at 3rd man, and I get a single. Just goes to show, doesn't it? I mean, that means that New Zealand essentially went at about 16, 17, 18 and over for the last 5 overs.
They did. And the thing is, Bear, the way they were batting, the pace on was what they were really preferring, and the Sri Lankans were feeding them with fast bowlers at the end.
Did they run out of spin options?
They had Asalanka who could have bowled, but Dushan Hemant, the leg spinner, had 2 overs left. Kamindu Mendes was not used. They could have brought him on. Tried something different like what they did with Ravindra Jadeja.
I mean, it does seem to me that in Sri Lanka you just take pace off, and that's the answer. You might get hit for the odd 6 who's bowled a bad ball. That's swept, missed by Chimera. Through to the keeper, no run. But yeah, pace on is not the thing to bowl here in Sri Lanka, really. Although, having said that, Jofra, I mean, well, if you've got extreme pace, it makes a difference, doesn't it? I think Jofra bowled really well yesterday. Jamie Overton bowled pretty well as well. I mean, but they're the 2nd and 3rd in the average top speeds throughout the tournament, aren't they?
Indeed.
I think it's only Romario. Is it not Romario Shepherd?
Joseph, is it?
Shamar Joseph is the quickest average speeds. He's been looking rapid actually in the games that I've seen him play. That one is just knocked out in the leg side for a single to end the over. Shamar Joseph looks quick. West Indies look a good bet, but
they are like really, really decent. I'm getting dogs abuse on the socials for saying, why would you play for Australia if you had a moral compass?
Well, by Australians, by any chance?
Could be. Yes. Also, the Lord of Sheffield's in and reminds me that it was Katie Garth, who's the Irish kid who's playing for Australia. She is really good. And is kin rapid as well.
Okay. I should say that there was one ball left in that over, and it was flashed at by Kamindu Mendes. He missed it. It was taken by the keeper. He took the bails off, appealed for a stumping. It wasn't out, and off we go.
Cool. So Greystoke said, if I was 2 seconds later on my bet on Sri Lanka, I'd have ended up being cancelled. The entire world is conspiring against my betting account. John O'Gorman says, if Australia played with a moral compass, they'd use the needle to scuff up the ball, which I agree with. And Suitahu says it would be funny having not having Australia, England and India in the semis, which I completely agree with. That would be really fun.
Oh, that one's turned a lot. Ravindra's bowling his last over. He's just bowling basically slow, orthodox left arm spin. And I find it funny that Sri Lanka didn't bat first in this game. I think for a team that's struggling with its batting, maybe it would have been freeing for them to bat first, set score, because their spin bowling is pretty good, you know. That's too full and clipped down too long on for a single.
The scoreboard pressure would have, not chasing the scoreboard pressure would have done their confidence some good in that instance, isn't it? But this boy is like 4 for 20 there in his fourth over.
Exactly.
Suddenly become from nowhere, and their main bowler Lockie Ferguson has not even been called up to bowl.
Well, that's why they pulled out the extra spinner, wasn't it? They've still got Glenn Phillips who can bowl, turn his arm over as well if they want it.
He's bowled a couple.
Has he bowled a couple already? Yeah. That one's turning sharply down the leg side. Alage has followed it. Matt Henry can't quite cut it off at a finish deep backwards square leg as he's racing around from more orthodox position. And
he's almost bowling like Shane Warne here, the way he's turning the ball.
Wow, clearly. And it's turning more in the second innings than in the first as well. So again, would that help their spinners more? If Sri Lanka does, and they won the toss, Sri Lanka. And
Sri Lanka should have known it's home ground, isn't it?
Yeah.
They should have known. I know they might not have much of an influence on the way the pitch would have been designed. However,
that one's turned in to Alage, who again just waits for it to turn, pulls it out to deep square, gets a single. Oh, they get back for two.
It's looking good, isn't it, Alage? 23 off 12.
Yeah.
Not looking ruffled, showing what he's made of steel, young man. Pawan Ratnayaka had an opportunity to stake his claim there, but again, while putting on his dancing shoes and dancing down for the second time in a row, stumped.
Well, yeah, they're defended out into the covers, and this time they take no run. Alage looks good. He bowls well. I like his bowling.
And he took an extraordinary catch as well, not long ago. I think it was the England series, wasn't it, from the boundary?
Yeah.
As well. Always covers the boundary lines.
Ravindra, last ball of the 17th, is pulled out into the leg side again. Should only be one this time. Alage will retain the strike. 95 for 7 after 17.
End of a great spell. 4 for 27.
Yep, indeed. Over to you, Will.
I completely agree with Colin here. He says, fuck off, Bear. Don't even pretend you don't care about the Ashes. Which,
well, of course I do, but I'm not going to dwell on it forever. We lost it. Fair enough. We've lost it the last few times. We actually won a test. I'm happier that we won a test in Australia for a fucking change.
Yeah.
Than lost 4-0 or 5-0. At the time I was massively upset. I thought we had a good chance of beating them. And we didn't play very well, but that is now behind us. And Indo was going, we can't get into the Test Championship, and it's true that we play more Tests than anyone else. But I'd expect England to beat New Zealand and Pakistan pretty handsomely at home this summer, which might put us. I don't know what the Test Championship table's like, but it might put us in with a chance of still qualifying, percentage-wise. That one is out to deep point, and there's no run. I think if we won all our tests at home, we'd have 11 out of 16, I think. The only thing that annoys me about the Test Championship, or World Test Championship, is the loss of point. I don't have a problem with people trying to impose certain over rates during a day, etc., etc., etc. I think it's a lot easier in the subcontinent where spinners are used most of the day to get full over quotas in. I think it's harder in places where seam bowling is used constantly these days. But I think if you're going to have a table, you can't be having slow over rates inflicting on that table in points and knocking people out of a competition where they might have fairly won. I mean, it's either a win-loss table, as that one's just... it's a bye. It's given as a bye. I thought it came off the hip down to the man on 45. I don't think you can have a table that's, the results that affected so much by slow over rates. It could be that someone like Sri Lanka, who might have played less games and bowled lots of overs because they played a lot of games at home, will get through to the World Test Championship by dint of the fact that they didn't have a slow over rate and had a similar percentage win to England, and I think that would be massively unfair. That's cut down to the man on the 45. This time at third man for Wellargo, who's a lefty, and there's no run. So I do think they need to sort that, how they do the table. I think they need to take that out of it. That's swept down to deep backward square for a single. Or did he take the single? Yeah, he did.
1 run. 7 bowlers used in this innings so far.
Oh, this is Glenn Phillips. There we go.
Phillips and Rachel Ravindra.
He's in his third over. Short boundaries behind. Well, yeah, there would be, wouldn't there? I suppose behind the wicket. Phillips over the wicket. Oh, there's an appeal for LBW. I think he got a top edge, and it's gone down to man on 45 on the bounce, and they get through for a single.
70 runs required off 13 balls.
6 13s are 78, so they can just about do it.
Gotta go for it now. They don't look like they're anywhere in that. That's off a glove.
Yeah, it was off a glove. It was gloved. Yeah, I think it should be out and resign when it goes over 6 and over. You know my feelings on that. Like in chess. That one is cut square out to point, and it'll be a single. Saves everyone's time and effort. The 100's up. Yay! With 12 balls to go to get 69 runs.
You're mental, isn't it?
It is.
Will Nala give a certain look to try and... Oh, there are spectators putting in ready to leave.
Yeah.
That's the over, isn't it?
Yeah, that is the over.
Kelky reminds me that it's the Emperor of Sheffield, not the Lord. Sorry, your Emperorness ship. I've wronged you. The bloody chat skipped. Right. Sutu says, suffering and desperate for a win. And then Hoof says, no person from here has ever played T20 cricket. I mean, I think quite a lot of us have played T20.
I was brought up on T20 cricket. That's what you played as a youngster.
Yeah.
That's an attempt. Are we having an advert in the middle of the break? Or was that a wicket? I don't know. That was. Or are they just looking at what the crowd are doing outside?
They're actually watching at different stations, I believe.
Oh,
Giant
okay.
screen.
First ball was just attempted sweep shot, which hit the pads, but was going down leg side, and there was no run. Second ball is just played up to long leg for a single by Walalage, 101 for 7.
Looks like they've given up, isn't it? Not even trying.
Well, yeah, it does, doesn't it? You know.
Expect Walalage to at least give it a go.
Well, exactly. It doesn't really matter if you're out, and you can't blame Walalage at coming in at number 8 or 9 when the rest of the side's done bugger all. So he's on a hide into nothing anyway.
Sri Lanka losing their chances of making it to
the semi-finals.
Semi-final. Fortunately, they had it in their grasp and let it go.
Indeed. Santner worked into the leg side, and it'll be a single. So this group's panning out. Basically, it's a shootout between Pakistan and New Zealand, and New Zealand are definitely in the box seat.
Yeah.
England already qualified, so England could lose to New Zealand, and it wouldn't really matter to us. I guess it matters who we play.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the team to avoid currently would be South Africa, but you know that's cut out to point, and there's no run, and it looks like they might well win that group.
Do you know how the semis will be scheduled based on?
Well, I don't know how it's scheduled. There's one Wednesday, one on Thursday, but it's winner of one plays 2 in the other, and vice versa. One assumes that's the most obvious way.
Generally, isn't it?
Yeah. So the 2 top teams play the 2 weaker teams in the opposite group. Swept, missed by Chamira. Could have been bold, but turned too far, missed the stumps. I mean, look, Santa's turning the ball, and he usually bowls darts, for crying out loud. So, I mean, yeah. Well, there's our man. Malinga, not looking happy. That's smeared, is the best way you can put that, by Chamira into the leg side, out to deep cow. It's fielded by, I think, Chapman, and there will be 1 run to end the 19th, 104 for 7. Walalage 29, Chamira 5. This game is done. Just a question of bowling these last few balls. Over to you, Will.
Malinga reminds me of George Graham, because he was a really sort of vibrant player, and he seems like a pretty dour coach. But anyway, that wasn't socials, that was me. Sutu comes in and pours oil on troubled waters and says, do you mean played international T20s? Because that is something that not all of us have done, so that might be a thing. And Eric J says, we played it at school yonks ago. Gray Stokes says it's the subconscious repressed pain that hurts the most. I think losing Ashes over and over again in Australia hurts the most, but there we are. And then Sutu says, depends if you meant T20 or T20I.
Who cares about T20? I only care about T20I, really. That's clipped down to the man of 45. It was a bit single. I know, it's interesting there. Someone said, what happened the last time Pat came to England? I thought we beat them, didn't we? I think it was 2-1. They might have won a test, but I'm pretty sure we battered them last time they came to England.
Yeah, we did.
It was either 2-0 or 3-0. I thought, okay, I'm going to look at that.
I thought it was 2-1, wasn't it?
It might have been, but I think we were 2-0 up, wasn't it? We did the classic.
Yeah. And then,
but that certainly happened to Sri Lanka. Was that last summer or the summer before?
I'm just going to look it up.
That's a good shot by Chamira. He might have hit it straight down a man's throat. No?
Walalage,
yeah. It's down to deep mid wicket. I'm not sure Chapman didn't hit the sponge with his shoe when he was fielding that. He might look at it, but I think that's close to being 4, isn't it? Oh no, it's not really in his hands very long. It may have got away with that. He kind of patted it out, didn't he? He didn't even try and catch it and then throw it away. Considering it's not going to make a damn difference to the game, can we just get on with it? Did they not even run then? Well, Alage must have not taken a run.
No, they didn't run.
No, okay. Phillips around the wickets, tosses it up. That's swept, that's going to be out. Alage is batted well, but he has to go. Ravindra catches him. Phillips gets a wicket in his 4th over. And Alage goes for 29 or 23. Good little knock, but he was on a hiding to nothing anyway. And so we have to say goodbye to him.
On your bite, mate.
Gone down to slog, sweep it again, got a big top edge and hit it straight to Ravindra, who was down at deep backward square leg. Unfortunate, 105 for 8. Did you find the results of the last Pakistan Test series in England?
Yeah. So it was. Yeah, it was 2-1.
And when was that? What year was that?
Summer before last.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, and we were 2-0 up and lost the last Test. Yeah.
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 Mainly because of rain.
Okay.
Basically, like it pissed it. Like we were on top for the first day and a half. This is purely me going off of like scorecard and vague memories. But yeah, and then it pissed it down for a day, and they managed to kind of catch up, basically.
Yeah, you know, England have done that quite well. Done the Australian thing of losing dead rubbers over the last couple of years, which, you know, is annoying, and especially when you're trying to get into a Test Championship final.
Yeah.
That's drilled back down the ground by Tikshana, who's a new man. He has a jingle, and it's no run. I'm not going to play his jingle because he's only in for another ball. Someone also asked, would I prefer to win this or the World Test Championship? I think the World Test Championship. I'd love to win that. I'd love England to get there. Well, we never seem to, and I think part of our problem is we play too many Test matches. There's too many hurdles for us to trip over. Whereas some of the teams who only play like 11 or 12 have got a good chance.
We're like either focusing on the Test or the white ball game, is it? Not both together.
Well, it's true. Well, nowadays they're totally different squads. There's a few players who cross over. That one is last ball was played out to deep mid wicket. It is a single. It ends. Tikshana gets himself a run. New Zealand win by 61 runs. Sri Lanka end on 107 for 8. Malinga looks distinctly unhappy. And New Zealand roll on. They have now got a chance. They're on 3 points. Could top the group by beating England. But at least they're surviving, because even if they lose to England, it all depends. I mean, if Sri Lanka beat Pakistan now, New Zealand could lose to England and still go through. So, and Pakistan would be bottom of the group with 1 point. Sri Lanka would have 2. New Zealand would have 3, and England would have 4. England would have 6 if they beat New Zealand. But yeah,
it's crazy, isn't it?
So New Zealand have at least given themselves a good chance against in the final game. Sri Lanka, unfortunately, the hosts. Well, I presume that means the final won't be in Colombo, will it? Which means England won't win it.
Well,
I don't know how they choose that, to be honest.
I think they were more waiting for India to sort of make it into the last 4, because the amount of how they pull in so much of media work and revenue, is that ICC is almost kind of. Yeah,
but I'd have thought maybe the winner of one side of the, I don't know, if that side of the group gets through to the final, then it's in Colombo. I mean, there must be some mechanism that says the game could be in Colombo other than just an India-Pakistan final.
But it's quite weird. They would normally have scheduled the venue at least ahead of time, right?
Yeah.
Considering that it's a big tournament, people have to buy tickets.
Well, funny,
arrangements, book hotels, etc. If they're traveling to see.
Well, I presume, yeah, exactly that. I mean, I presume if Pakistan goes out, they might settle it and go, it's going to be here.
I was going to say, isn't it all kind of depending on whether Pakistan get through? If they don't get through, they'll just say, well, it's in India.
One would
I mean-
imagine so. Probably
I mean,
Eden Gardens or Wankede.
I'd say Eden Gardens probably, because it's bigger, capacity-wise.
Oh no, it might be the Modi Dome then. That's 130,000, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Ahmedabad. Well, that was a disappointing game. That has to be said. It was interesting for quite a while. And then,
Yeah, I'm surprised how long it stayed interesting actually.
well, New Zealand did really well to recover from 87 for 5 or 6 or whatever it was to go
That's the thing for me. I mean, all these teams who come out with different areas of their team that's being exposed to each of these games, where they're slowly but surely trying to find the sort of right combination, and different people's putting their hand up to say, hey, it's my turn today. These are the teams that are going to do really well at the end. And I can see New Zealand, England, West Indies certainly looking the part.
Yeah.
South Africa, of course, yeah.
Absolutely. We're going to go. We've got double header tomorrow. We've got both games tomorrow from the other group. So in the morning we have India versus Zimbabwe. No, I can't remember what it is. I think South Africa, West Indies in the morning, followed by India versus Zimbabwe in the afternoon, or the other way around, one or the other. And that's it. So a good couple of games tomorrow. It's going to be a long day, but we're here. There's only one other double header, and that's Sunday. And then we're out to Super 8 semi-final to final next week. I kind of like this tournament. It's quite snappy, short and quick. I quite like it.
They've done the
You're not
football
generally a
thing.
great fan of the T20 side, but this looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, this is it. I think a T20 tournament, I mean, it's part of the reason I can't stand the IPL. It's just too many games. It goes on too long,
Yeah.
At least with this tournament. I mean, it's even been quite a long tournament because you've had the extra teams, 20-team tournament. But it's had some fun games, and, Zimbabwe beat India. England nearly lost Zimbabwe beat Australia, but England nearly lost to Nepal, and Italy did well against basically everyone did again. The smaller teams have been able to, they can punch above their weight in T20, I think, just because of the way the format's so short. Anyway, that's it. We're out, and we shall see you tomorrow. Good to see you both.
Yeah, you too.
See you again soon.
Bill, thank you very much.
Cheers
everyone.
all.
See you later. Bye.
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 Guerrilla crickets. Whoa. Guerrilla crickets. Whoa. Guerrilla. Take guard, man the barricades, patrol the cover boundary. At last the time has come, this is a cricketing emergency. Hear this call to arms for every cricket revolutionary. Take up your bats and stumps for the test match insurgency. At first they tried to silence us, but we would not be silenced. They threatened us with lies, so we threatened them with violence. Che Guevara, Sangakkara, Joseph Stalin, Douglas Jardine, Robespierre, Darrell Hare, Vladimir Lenin, O'Brien Kevin, guerrilla cricket. It's not about the winning, it's about how many rules you break. Even in cricket commentary, this is the best advice to take. Pick guerrilla cricket, it's the finest choice you'll ever make. There's so much more to cricket than red counters and a slice of cake. At first they tried to sanitize